T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Fight!
Kaboom! Yo, hey girl, it's LadyChann, rep nonetheless, and welcome to Come Box with Chan. It's the weekly wrap-up shooty show in the blood clot BIILLDDIIZZIIIN. I'll be late. Sorry, very late today. Very late today. It's not even excusable. Very late today. But thank you all for bearing with, and we are here for the weekly wrap-up shiggity show in the BIILLDDIIZZIIIN. Oh yeah. Shouts out, we got a couple new members as well in the BIILLDDIIZZIIIN. Does my mic sound nice? Chickadee check 1, check 2. Does my mic sound nice? Hang on. Let me have a look at something so I can do justice. Do my due diligence. Yeah, now. Wait 1 second. Un momento, por favor. Hope you guys have had a good day today. Today was a good day. Do-a-dee. Remember that song? Ice Cube. Built on the big fat Annie. And killed the poon daddy. Yeah, I remember that. We have got, let's see, just make sure I have you. Okay. Okay, I have you. Nice to see you on here. Okay, I'm reloading. Little lip gloss, because my lip gloss is not popping. I need diamonds and rubies. I'm crazy about Bentleys. Okie dokes. There you go. All right, we ready? We ready. We in the BIILLDDIIZZIIIN. All right, Shan's basically ready. Got her life together. Right, there you go. All right, so let's call the members out. We have Andrew H in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Ivo in the Instagram. Money King Boxing in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Don Juan, mi hermano, in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Ben Adams in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Stephen T in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. ERF Boxing in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Mark in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Slim Boxing Commentary in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Mark Niggity Nash in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Dub Rightside in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. My Art to the Left in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. D-Style Boxing in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Devil Beat in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Jimmy McClenley in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Ringside Reporter Live in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Queen Lisa Bales in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. AJLJ in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Charlo in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Aplotype el primero ya tú sabes en el edificio. Dr. Pete in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Ricky Ricardo, mi hermano, in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. King of King Boxing, what up, LadyChann, in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Pitbull in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Boxing God in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Zara in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. Sports Heaven in the Buddhism. What up, King? Don Juani in the Buddhism. Another one. And last but not least, Ahmed Dodo in the Buddhism. Okay, I'm reloaded. Okay, so I'll bring on my guest co-host first and foremost, Jeno. Let me get this down. Does my mic sound nice? All right. I'm introducing, introducing, introducing. It's Kenny Ken in the building. Ding, 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 ding. What up, Kenny Ken?
I'm all good. It's been a massive weekend.
Oh,
you know,
God.
like I said, my daughter's 18th on Friday. She went out all over Upper Street on
Happy
she went all over
birthday,
Upper Street.
Happy birthday. I used to love plodding up and down Upper Street.
Yeah, she was in Upper Street, and then I was in it was my birthday yesterday as well, because I went to watch Arsenal beat Fulham again.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Kenny.
Amazing.
It's been like we have don't worry, there's no way we were going to socialise together. That is a big no-no for my daughter. But basically, there was about 10 of them who went out, and we made sure, because they don't really know that go out that much. I made sure that I was around the corner in case anything happened. And to be honest, I wasn't needed. There was one of her friends completely out of it. I had to help her stand up and everything, because I got called.
I used to go to the I forgot what it called. Begins with M. The Greek outside. Is it mezzanine or something, or mez?
Yeah.
Oh God, I love it. With my goat's cheese salad, especially when I was pregnant. I lived there I was there every day on my own, whether it was with mates or my own, jumping the whip, and that would be me coming from Leighton straight to there. God, they loved me. They always be like, "Okay, you again." Like me, I was always outside. I loved summer as well. Like always.
It's still going. It's going strong. You know,
oh, good. I'm gonna have to go and see him. I'll be going back for a few weekends up east, anyways. Coming up anyway.
No, but he waits till the weather was okay, because we got one of the biggest full storms in England. First few days we thought it was going to be Arctic. It was snowing, and then Sunday was actually boiling. We're all wearing heavy coats when we were watching the Arsenal game. We had to take our coats off. We took out, and we all had fixed winter coats on. We just had, we were too hot. We just took it off.
Same.
When we were watching the Arsenal game, we had to take our coats off. We took out, and we all had fixed winter coats on.
That's me. Yeah, Kenny, it was same. Sorry, that's my phone repeating us. Same. I had the heating come on, and it comes on its, on a, and then I was like, why is it boiling? And I had to turn the heating off. I've had to have the heating like very minimal, near enough turning it off, and only minimal a bit at night. But I mean, because it's pretty warm. You got AJ in the building. Ding, 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 ding. In the building.
Hello.
What up, though? What's happening? Yeah, so I checked in California. It looks like it's looks quite cool for California, to be fair. The weather. It never rains. You got a flood in there. And you always say, it never rains in Southern California. Is it Southern or Northern California?
I'm in Northern.
Okay, it never rains in Northern California. Yeah.
It was the last couple of days, though. I will say
know.
that.
They're lying. Whoever wrote that song and sang that song, they're lying. Lies was in the building. So this is called Tyson Fury Fans Have Left the Building.
Good. Well, how y'all doing, though? Ken, you good? LadyChann, you good?
I'm good.
Yeah,
been a big weekend, but I'm just saying, in terms of the boxing thing, that's been dominating British boxing all week. A lot of people are very angry, very frustrated, and are losing a lot of respect. I think in the UK now, people who are Tyson Fury fans just will, he has to understand that
he's lost loads of
no,
supporters.
I think with Tyson Fury, he has to understand that he hasn't got the unconditional love that he thinks he's got.
I don't think he cares. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, he doesn't, and that's the thing. He doesn't care because one of Tyson Fury's biggest problems is that
it's money.
That thing. But at the end of the day, you can't keep on demanding like you have a fee and then everyone else has to scratch. It doesn't work like that in boxing, and that's why he will never ever be able to fight Anthony Joshua. It's just not going to happen because people are going to say Tyson Anthony Joshua's a stumbling block, and he is to a certain extent because what he brings to the table. But Tyson Fury, a flat. So say if you've got a budget of about £100 million, you've got to guarantee Tyson Fury at least half of that money. So what happens to the budgeting cost and the thing? It doesn't work out, and that's why the fact is that people want to see world championship boxing, but WBC have allowed him to fight whoever he wants and he's asking for warm-up fights here and there. There's no more now. There's no more warm-up fights. There's no more fighting ex-champions from Morocco, or no more fighting mates race. We want to see an undisputed fight. We didn't get it 2 years ago. We want it now. There's no reason why it's not going to happen. People are fed up now. Either fight Usyk or just fighting. By all means, fight, but don't expect to fill out stadiums. It's not going to happen no more.
Even bloody Anthony Joshua's having mega problems at the minute, filling out.
Yeah, I've heard he's not selling out with the Franklin fight. Is that true?
So far, I think it's about 14,000, and I think capacity is. I think that capacity is about 20,000, isn't it, Ken?
He's got a major problem as well. He's got a major problem because we've got industrial train strikes as well.
Oh shit! That means no one will be able to get there unless it's.
People, don't get me wrong. Trains are not going to be running. Trains are not running that late after his fights. But if you're asking people to get there for a long time, he's got a rotten luck. But the most important thing with AJ is he hasn't got a title. He hasn't got a title, and that's not going to get a lot of people out of bed. And they're asking people to pay £20 a month for a subscription to watch. Yeah,
I think that's the problem because of people got to pay to watch this fight. 20 quid for DAZN going up. I've just seen it, and like you said, the transport, not a champion anymore. Not really. I mean, maybe they're not sold on Wayne Franklin either. So a mixture of things. We got Ivo in Danya. Ding, 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 ding.
How goes it? How goes it?
How goes it, my Ukrainian? Where you been, man? Don't be trying to have a life.
Yeah, I'm afraid. I'm afraid the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness has taken up a lot of my spare time.
I know, it's all good. I'm only joking. I'm always here when you want to come. I'm here. It's all good in the Moayan hood. Go ahead. Carry on, Kenny Ken.
Sorry, I'm just saying about the whole situation with DAZN and everything. As I said last week, when they agreed that deal, when he went with Eddie, there was very, very few people, in Matchroom who thought that Anthony Joshua would lose to Usyk. They assumed that he'll retain his belt against Usyk and then be ready for big fights and defend his championship on DAZN. Loads of people are going to get subscribed to the channel. They'll put up the prices behind their backs. We won't be bothered because Anthony Joshua, free organisational belt champion, but it hasn't happened. That's the thing in life. Life has a way of getting in the way of the best laid plans, and that's what's happened. The best laid plans for Tyson Fury and the best laid plans for AJ. That's what happens in boxing, heavyweight boxing. You get a punch in the chin, it can change your life or ruin your life. You have to look at Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson all those years ago.
Yeah,
couple of combinations, finishing with a left hook. Look what happened there.
It's King of King Boxing in the building. Ding, 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 ding. What up, dog? More the merrier. What up, dog?
Hey, what's up, Kenny, Ivo, AJ, Miss LadyChann.
Edwards.
This LadyChann in the building. That's right. I still got the voice on lock, haven't I?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I got it. What up, Joe? We're just chopping it up, letting Kenny take the flow for a minute. Well, you know, go ahead, Ken.
I'm just saying right now, unless British boxing needs a shot in the arm, especially the heavyweight division. We really need this fight to go ahead in the 29th of April. We need it badly because the end of the day, where's no Tyson Fury fight against Usyk? Where's Tyson Fury go from here? He's going to be just fighting fighters who are not in the top 10, and you know he's going to be testing the patience of everyone. He'll get his money, but you know I think the scales are going to start falling out of a lot of people's eyes, especially the casuals who love Tyson Fury, and it's sad because you know I think he's better than that. I think that if Tyson Fury wants to be christened the best fighter of his era, fight the best and beat the best. You know, you wait to the British boxing fans. You said you don't want to retire. Fine, fight Usyk, beat Usyk, fight Joyce. Anthony Joshua builds himself up, fight Joshua. Give him what we want. We want big fights now. You know, simple. We don't need you to fight Deontay Wilder again. We don't want to see you fight Chisora. We don't want to see you, you know, go fight MMA fighters or go on WWE and start, you know, play fighting on a mat or something. Just fight. That's what you are. You say you're a fighting man, prove it.
My bad. I was muted. I'm like, yeah. All ad-libbing with you. You can't fucking hear me. Basically, he ain't a fighting. Listen, Ken, I'm not here to rip your guy to shreds, but I am there to rip your guy to shreds when it's necessary, when he needs a bit of a shellacking, you know, and he does need a bit of a shellacking at the minute. I am going to play you guys, you know, some of the stuff that he's saying at the minute. Let me do the super chat from my AA Demando in the building. AA, step right up, folks. The Fury Circus is in town. It's a mess. And happy birthday, Kenny Ken. In the building. You only get this love and this excitement on the weekly wrap-up show, no other show. Shouts out again. What up, oh, sorry. Flustered. Let's have a look at, I guess we could just play my own shit, you know, because I've just been covering it real brief. Hang on. Kenny Ken, do you know that you're the only UK accent but maybe about 3 other people that I hear on a consistent basis? Sad,
I find it difficult to believe.
No, it's not. It's so not. Like everyone, which is, well, it's not sad in a way that it's sad that I can't hear, but it's sad that you live in a country and because it's not out that much, I only hear American accents every day. Every day.
That's probably why
Yeah, that's probably why I'm what, Ken? Go ahead.
That's probably why you do late shows and you don't get any sleep.
Yeah, Ken, it is. Shouts out to my USA familia. Because y'all got me on this time zone. Yeah. Hang on, I'm trying to. Where am I then? How does it go again? I forgot how this goes when you do it on the when you do it on your on the lappy. On the lappy. So we have, so let's start from, shall we do it from here? Let me see which one that I would do. So we had, okay, yeah, so we had Tyson Fury bullshit demands. So this is where we'll go with this. Let me share screen. Sorry. Work with me. Lean with me. Rock with me. Hang on. Okay. Share. No, Sonny. Just share. Let's go.
This is Stephen, the Disney driver Robinson, and you're watching LadyChann. Bow!
Pretty Belly, I accept your offer. 70-30 split to fight with you on April 29th at Wembley. But you will promise to donate to Ukrainian immediately after the fight. On £1 million on every day of your deal, you will pay 1% from your poorest to Ukrainian people. Deal?
From your course. Shouts out to Usyk, sounding like a supervillain from a Bond movie, for real, for real.
That's the fresh off the boat accent right there, man.
That is fresh, fam. He said, from your puss. I was like,
Right on Usyk, but I'm like, why is he talking like that?
no, because he can't speak English. So the vowels is pronounced. It's pronounced. I think someone wrote that out phonetically for him to be able to even say that.
I've heard him talk before. And it's like he's got an accent, but it wasn't that pronounced. You know, so
yeah, I do. I do think it's important that he attempts to learn a bit better English now, just to because I mean, just to go through life just only knowing Ukrainian when. That once you step out of Ukraine, which you don't live in the Ukraine anymore, it's literally you're gonna drag around interpreters and interpretators, whatever they're called.
You know what Ukrainians do when they don't understand a language? What they'll do is they will like what they'll have someone write out the words in Ukrainian, and then they'll read it. Even like the words are supposed to have like the English content. For example, like maybe he wrote out like greedy belly in Ukrainian and translated it verbatim. I think that's what happened probably. That's why he's got such a thick ass accent.
But so he's reading it in
I think.
But how does he know how to if he's reading it in Ukrainian, how does he know how to say it in English?
Well, because some words will have like a similar sound to the English counterpart. That's what my grandma used to do when she was learning English. She would do the same thing. She would write out the words in Ukrainian that have like that sound like the English version, and she would go from there.
Got you. Do you think he should learn a bit of English though? Start like how Canelo did.
I think he knows English, man. I think he's just fucking with people.
Do you think? Nah.
I think so. I think so.
If you listen to him when he speaks, like in his earlier like interviews, he knows English words. Like he knows how to speak in English.
I think I think he's more fluent in comprehension than speaking.
I think he knows more than what he lets on, though.
I think he can understand more than what he can say.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't know what more you need to say than greedy belly. I think that alone makes up everything.
Life ain't going to be talking about greedy belly, surely.
Now, for instance, like I think he won't do what Canelo did. Like if he takes a loss.
Sharon, go ahead.
I'm saying, like, for instance, I don't think he'll do what Canelo did. Like, if he took an L, he won't, just go back to forgetting English entirely, like Canelo did.
Mierda, hablo español solamente ahora, see?
That's what I'm saying. Beeble scored him so bad, he forgot English. Like,
you got to understand, Beeble hit him so hard that he reverted back 2 years.
Yeah, he just said, I forgot, mate. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, that was funny. And then we had... Tyson Fury came out with a couple other things with Skip, but he came out with this.
Here we go.
Hey, what's up? This is Steve USS Cunningham, two-time Cruiserweight World Champion. And we're checking in with Lady Chann. Shout out.
in the building.
Hi, Tyson Fury here. Just a quick one. I've been speaking to the lawyers today, and Usyk's people are talking about rematch clauses and all that bollocks. Here's one to up the antes. How about there is no fucking rematch clause for both of us? Let's up the antes completely. Never worry about what's in the future and how many more dollars you can get after you've been defeated. Worry about the fight, April 29th, no rematch clause. The winner takes the glory, the loser goes home with his dick in his hand. How about that? Agree to that, you fucking bitch.
Dios mío. Steve Cunningham, this is your fault. Ha ha ha.
Blame Steve. I blame Steve. Honestly, it's Steve's fault. It is.
What did he do?
Because he dropped him. He's the trickiest fight.
No, I know.
It's the hardest fight in his life. So now I've said, Steve, you've ruined it. Now this is why he's dragging his feet over Usyk.
Didn't Usyk shut that down right afterwards? He did.
No,
right?
Tszyu did. Tszyu came out on Twitter and said that that it was actually Fury's side that started talking about rematch clauses.
Right. Usyk came out in the video and said that stuff too.
This is High Seven to Rock, my two-time heavyweight champion of the world. I'm rocking with LadyChann.
Pretty belly. Rematch clause come from your side, not mine. Stop whining and ducking. Be a man. Ink the contract or vacate the belt. I need undisputed. And not to play your stupid games.
Oh boy, this is a complete shit show.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Whenever Tyson Fury's involved, it's always a shit show in the building. Let's have it right. Always one.
You know what's funny? Like just right quick. I'm like, he's smart to an extent, but he's also very foolish. And I'll explain why. Because like with this game he played, with the purse split stuff, the 70-30 thing. In his mind, he probably thought, oh yeah, Usyk's never going to take this. But Usyk being the actual warrior and actual Spartan that he is, he doesn't give a shit about Buddy, like I've said several times. He just cares about legacy. So he took it anyway. And as a result of this, due to Tyson Fury's own making, he's lost several of his fans and supporters.
He's lost
how's that work? How about that?
Yeah. If you look underneath the comments, and I mean hardcore Tyson Fury fans, mate, Edward, your take on? I've seen hardcore Tyson Fury fans go up yours. We want to see Usyk win. Look, even late, and I hope the UK crowd shouts Usyk, Usyk, Usyk if they do fight. Yep, me too. Me too. Go ahead, Edward.
Just to be frank, I mean,
no Warren.
Who cares who supports who if you don't get to fight? Sorry. I mean, if they don't fight, I mean, who gives a shit? Like at the end of the day, it's like to me, I'm kind of trying to be, when you just re-show those, I'm trying to be optimistic and maybe thinking maybe this shit is done and maybe this is all just banner to promote the fight. I'm hoping it is, because who cares about it at the end of the day, regardless if you support Usyk or you support Tyson Fury, if we don't get the fight, who cares, man? It's like, it sucks. Like if you think about it, the last 2 years is just the memories of the last 2 years is going to be fights that we didn't get. That's literally what the narrative is going to be for 2022 and 2023. So, hey, if it doesn't force a fight, like saying today, who cares? Like I said, Usyk, I mean, I think he wants to smoke, but like I said, I'm hoping that because they're real chatty. I mean, they're talking about it openly about him doing this and that. And I'm just hoping maybe this is promo for the fight.
Hang on. So I just seen, are we updated with all of the backup? Oh yeah, Frank Warren was on. Let me get this for you. I don't own the rights, so y'all don't fucking flag me, because this is what these lot like to do. TalkSport's all right, actually. Hang on. Lean with it. Rock with it.
Tell Ivo to sing in the background, then you won't get copyrighted.
What'd you say?
Tell Ivo to sing in the background so you won't get copyrighted.
Which one? Take a pick. You want me to sing the national anthem?
Yeah. Oh, what? The Ukrainian one? Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Sha numerla Ukraina. I can do it if you want.
God. Okay. If we have to, but there's no music here. There's no music here. We're going to give you your own slot. We're going to give you the Ukrainian corner. You know, that's what we're going to give you in Uzdana. This is what Frank. No, geez, this is the wrong one. Oh, okay. That was somebody else's. Oh, here it is. My bad. Oh, yeah, I hear these lot. They've got British accents as well. That I hear them on a day-to-day basis as well. Shouts out. You have to re-up the accent and surround myself because I've forgotten. Sometimes I've forgotten. Shit. Jesus.
By the way, could I piggyback something that KOK said?
No, you can't. No, I'm joking. Of course you can. Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, oh, that's mean. Like
that is right sometimes.
No, I mean, he said that if we don't get the fight, like who cares? I respectfully disagree. I think a lot of people would still care at the end of the day because, and I understand that like maybe this is promo for the fight, but this fight sells itself. I mean, it's for the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship, the first ever in the 4-But era. A lot of people want to see this fight. So it sells itself. So it's like, why all the antics? I just don't get it. You know what I mean? I mean, we know Fury, he does this all the time, but it's like, even if it is a PR gimmick or a promo, it's like, I mean, it sells itself. So there's nothing necessary. It's not needed, you know?
True. Edward.
I saw this interview with Frank One bullshitting for fucking 10 minutes.
God.
I don't just to clarify, I don't mean who cares in the sense of who cares about the fight. It just means like if he loses fans, who gives a shit if the fight doesn't happen.
Oh, that's
you know what I
okay.
mean?
Got it.
Yeah, no, of course. That's why I'm saying like at the end of the day, it sucks, and that's why I brought the point littered with fights not happening. Like, okay, like Fury basically, let's be honest, don't give a shit about what his fans think, because if that was the case, he might have been cultivating them for years. You know, he don't care. Like, he's really one of them dudes that don't give a shit about what nobody says about him. He's literally
no, he doesn't. Yeah, I said that earlier.
He don't
he doesn't
give a
care.
damn. So if he lost all his fan base, but we didn't get an undisputed fight, that's the travesty. Who gives a shit? Like, that's what I mean. Like, okay, he lost all his fans, but this fucker somehow got out of this fight, and vice versa. So let's just see it. Like I said, I'm trying to be optimistic because, like I said, we've had enough disappointments.
Yeah.
I understand. I get it.
Okay, let's have a listen to this.
Perspective, you know, he's just basically putting it out there. Just put it all on the table. You know, why you want a rematch? Let's just get on with the fight and do the fight between the two of us.
Presumably, when a boxer asks for a rematch, in this case, Alexander Usyk, it's not just him saying, "I want a rematch clause." It's his people talking to your people about the possibility of putting that clause in the contract, right?
Yeah, and you know, I've got to be honest. You know, he's right what he says. You know, to start with, we were all for that because it made a lot of sense for both sides, because you never know what's going to happen in a fight. I mean, I think Tyson wins the fight all day long, but you get a cut high, anything can go wrong. You've got that cushion and benefit of a rematch, which works both ways. But Tyson today sort of threw that out there, I think, to really just spice it up and say, come on, let's get on it. Just put everything on the line. The winner walks away with it.
Okay, I've got two questions for you. The first question is, as things currently stand with the contract, is there a rematch clause in it?
Well, at the moment, there's a draft contract flowing between our two respective sides, and you know, we're addressing each point. Most of it's agreed. There's a couple of points in there to be sorted out, but they'll be done. You know, like I said from the beginning, we'll get this fight over the line, and we've been working hard to do it, and it will get over the line because you know what? Both fighters want it. There's not a question of Usyk wants it and Tyson doesn't.
I'm Frank, shut up. And then he had this to say, hang on. It's just whatever. He's just rambling.
And the reality is the next biggest place for this fight to take place is in the UK, and the biggest venue in the UK is in London, which is Wembley.
Is it signed for Wembley?
What do you mean?
Is the deal done with Wembley Stadium?
Yeah, both sides accept that. That's because they want to maximise the income. Look, you know, Usyk, I'm sure in his heart would love to fight in the Ukraine. That's impossible for what's going on there.
Sure,
and even even if these atrocities that are being committed on Ukraine weren't happening, it still wouldn't go in there because it couldn't generate the income as we could in the UK.
Frank, I understand the Saudi Arabian aspect because, of course, the money that they'll get. But for you personally, do you think it's quite special and nice that we're seeing a big heavyweight clash, two guys who are at the top of the division having the fight in England?
Well, there's two ways to look at it. I mean, obviously they're professional boxers. They've got a short life as athletes. In the Fruta in Manila, they went to the Rumble in the Jungle, which is in the Congo, various other places to maximize what they could generate for such history-making fights, historical fights. In this particular instance, it's not going to happen. But for me personally, to put this fight on in the UK, the first time 4 belts have ever been on the line in the heavyweight division is history. So I like to be a part of history. I love my boxing, and I love the British public to see, to be involved and see this happening live.
Well, listen, we would all love to see this fight. Before I let you go, I've got 3 questions for you. You can only answer yes or no. Okay, Frank?
I know what's coming here.
All right. Question number 1.
It's impossible for me to say.
No,
yes.
it's easy. It's easy, Frank. To the best of your knowledge, is that fight going to go ahead on the 29th of April?
Yes.
Okay. Will it definitely be at Wembley Stadium?
Yes.
Is there going to be a rematch clause in that contract?
That I'm not sure yet, but I'm quite sure both sides at the end of the day.
Kaboom.
Hey, Chan.
Oh, look at this! Look at the face the guy made, man. He's just like, he's like, that's bullshit.
Bullshit. Yeah, because we still ain't got a contract.
Chan, I red flag. We got a problem here because Frank just said that we have it in the UK because we want to maximize the income. I mean, wait. I'm like, but wait a minute. Like, it would have maximized the income if it took place in Saudi, but your fighter fucked up the deal, did he not?
Yeah, he did talk about that, and he tried to palm it off on the fact that the Saudis said they couldn't build a stadium in time, and B,
oh shit,
some commodity and some money issue,
That's bullshit. Yeah. That's bullshit.
If the Saudis wanted to build a stadium, the stadium would have been built.
Exactly. That's bullshit. I don't believe that for a second.
Imagine, you want to know what's funny? Historically, the Saudis have already done that twice, both times for Anthony Joshua and the Fres Ruiz fight. So, I mean,
they did straight away.
Hey, and if money's an issue for the Saudis, then trust me, then no other country on God's green earth is going to give you that money.
You can't say that Saudis ain't got no money for you.
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
Whatever. He's gonna kiss Tyson's ass, so let him. So
yeah, that's just Frank stays deflecting. Kenny Ken, what does this? Did you wear that on Talk Sport today? Did you?
Yeah, I had some interview, and I think with Frank is that there's going to be a rematch clause, okay? Because they're going to want to. Because if you've got an undisputed, you're going to want to batter the life out of this financially. Tyson Fury can lie as much as he likes. Frank Warren can deflect it. Frank knows there's a rematch clause in there. So does Usyk's promoter. Both fighters there's a rematch clause. They're talking a big game. You know full well if Tyson Fury somehow loses this fight, he's definitely going to want to get that belt back. So there's going to be a rematch clause. So stop waffling. There is. All right. I know boxing fans say, "Oh, we don't want a rematch clause. Oh, we don't want to see it same again. We want to see him fight different fighters." But there's a thing called There's a thing called arse protection, and boxing's and promote all about arse protections. Any promoter worth their salt, especially when they got a champion who makes them millions of pounds. Of course, you're going to get a rematch clause in there. Rematch clause has been in boxing for as long as I've been watching it. There was a rematch clause in bloody 1964 when Muhammad Ali fought Liston. What happened? They fought. They fought again. The same with Ali and Spinks. Come on, man. It's nothing new. Of course, there's a rematch clause when there's a world championship fight.
Can I make one more addition to that? Kenny Ken. I mean, there's one more addition you should make. Fury's had goddamn 2 rematch clauses with Wilder.
Exactly.
What about that?
Exactly. Yeah.
Rematch clauses don't work with Usyk, but they worked sure as hell for Wilder 2 times.
Trilogy with Derek.
Bong.
Yeah.
Rematch with John McDermott.
Load of shit.
So he's just a liar. It's just this is, but people are starting to see that he's just chatting shit now, so it's all good. Like I feel like, you know, them ones. I feel like my work is done. This is all I was trying to show certain people, that this guy is full of utter shit. Okay, we got a caller. 1 second, let me hook you up because I haven't hooked up to the thingamajig. Un momento, por favor. 1 sec. Let's hang on. Sorry, my bad. I took it off because I was getting texts. Okie dokes. Can we? What's your name, caller?
You know, Chan, it's just spoken word artist. The A, come on.
What up, Jackway? AA the Mando, spoken artist.
What's going on? Look, you know, I'm gonna be quick with it. I just want to say shout out my big sister Lisa Bell, Arlette, and the crew. You know, I'm gonna make this quick. Fury, come on, man. 70-30, okay. You don't want to fight him for real. You playing the man. Usyk ain't never been in a situation like this in his life. You the bigger dude. Why you ducking the man? So the man want to fight you 70-30, and then you claiming the rematch clause like the man said earlier. The rematch clause worked for Wilder, so why can't it work for Usyk?
Yep, this is what we're saying. But now both sides are saying that. So Usyk saying, I didn't ask for the rematch. Your side did, and Fury obviously has gone quiet, hasn't even addressed this. So we're going to have to take the truthful one, Usyk's point. That's the truth, and this is why you heard Frank Warren in and ahhing on TalkSport, because the contract ain't been signed. This is an issue. So, like you said, welcome to the Fury shit show.
Exactly. And real quick before I go, Frank lying Warren, come on, man. You know you're lying. Come on, that's your fight. You know you're lying for him. Stop lying for him. If you're a Fury fan, a true Fury fan, you can't defend this. Maybe you could defend the Wilder situation, yeah, whatever the case may be, but you can't defend this. So, yeah, like you said, man, the Fury fans held up the deal, Disney, and I'm out.
Oh, thank you for calling, AA. AA has left the boot, Disney. Shouts out to AA, aka Jackway, straight out of Virginia. Yes, you see, Kenny Ken. So, can you see where we're going? Like, this is, I don't know if this fight happens after hearing that Frank Warren uncertainty, mate.
Well, there's nothing really for it not to happen, because the reason is that it's not as if Tyson Fury's forgotten he had he agreed to a rematch clause with a previous opponent. You know, there's Usyk's ready to fight. You know, like you can't use the Ukrainian war. Tyson Fury says he'll fight any person, any day, any time of the year, anytime. So there's nothing that should hold it up. Nothing. You know, they said he had an injury. Well, they say he's ready to go. What's stopping it? You know, just both of sign the contract. Let's get it done. You know, you cut it a bit fine now with, April the 29th, because come on, that's about 6 weeks. You know, I know they probably say they're in training, but come on, man, we're looking more in May, June, and let's face it, you know, with the football season, the FA Cups, you know, they're probably going to have to do probably mid-June now. Because you think about it, they've got England internationals, you know, they're cutting it really, really fine. And this should have been dealt with a long time ago, man. You know, after he, fought Derek Chisora, that was it. Everything should have been done and dusted. What's holding it up? There's nothing. There's nothing now.
Who are you giving the blame of this being held up, though, Ken?
Look, the fact is, it's Tyson Fury. The fact is, it's him. Simple as. He says he wants to fight, but if you want to fight, you fight, mate. He tells everyone he doesn't need the money. Well, clearly he's obsessed with money, and we all know why Tyson's doing this. And I get it. You know, he's seen the sort of numbers that AJ commands and wants a bit of it. He'd be a fool not to want it. But the fact is that, you know, one of the reasons why he's got a lot of fans in this country, not that he cares, you know, the fact is they want to see him fight. they want to see him fight. It's no good his fans saying, "Oh, Tyson's too big, he's too strong, and he's going to knock him out." Well, not the only time we're going to fight. Well, this isn't PlayStation. Fight for real. Fight.
PlayStation. Yeah. And okay, so we had Krusuk, sorry for the pronunciation. He came out and this, I don't own the rights, fair use. You know, be good to me again. Here we go. Let's have a look.
Moments ago, Tyson Fury gave us the latest version of events as he sees it regarding this upcoming fight that's proposed to happen on April the 29th between himself and OLEKSANDR USYK. This was Fury moments ago.
Hi, Tyson Fury here. Just a quick one. I've been speaking to the lawyers today, and Usyk's people are talking about
So what do Usyk and his people think of that? Usyk's promoter, Alex Krassyuk, joins us live. Mr. Krassyuk, it's always good to speak to you. Thank you for joining us. You heard Fury. What do you think?
Yeah. So we are not here to use some rude words, so I will try to be polite. As Usyk said, the greedy belly is still hoping to find a way to pull out. So we knew it before, we know it now, and we know. So as soon as Usyk accepts, let's imagine he accepts no rematch clause, Fury will still be searching for another thing to find and to pull out of the fight. I tell you why. He bluffed, and Usyk called his bluff. This is 100%. So he didn't expect Usyk will accept 70-30. Number two, he was not in a training camp, and we saw next morning those theatrical performance, like he was pretending jogging, then he was pretending fighting someone in the ring. It's all about nothing. He is not prepared, he's scared to fight, and he will try to find the way to avoid Usyk as long as it is possible. So we don't trust him, we don't believe him. And one more thing to know. When we started the negotiations, Fury's side were the first to ask for the rematch.
They asked for a rematch clause, Alex, did they? It was the Fury camp that asked for a rematch clause.
As you can hear, the lies are in the building. Let's hear a little bit more. I love when Alex Krassyuk comes out because he just tells the truth and nothing but.
Exactly. Fury were the first to ask for the rematch.
And did you agree to it?
We supported this.
Right. So now he's saying no rematch clause. And just to confirm, Usyk on Friday night on social media was saying, yeah, okay, I go for it. 30% to me, 70% to Fury. Is that right? You can confirm he has agreed to that.
And 1 million to the people of Ukraine.
£1 million, €1 million to the people of Ukraine.
Pounds, exactly.
£1 million.
That was Usyk's response.
So this latest outburst from Fury, will your man fight with no rematch clause if that's what Fury wants?
I tell you, I don't believe anyone will fight. Because even if you accept this now, he will still find the way, try to find the way out.
Why do you think, though, Fury is trying to get out of this? Because he's
scared.
But Alex, he's getting what he wanted. He's got 70, you've got 30. So he's won there. He's got 70% of the fight. He now says
it's
no rematch clause. He doesn't want that, Alex. So he wants it as a one-off, presumably here at Wembley in London. So is he not getting what he wants every time he goes back to the drawing board?
No, he just doesn't want this fight to happen because he knows he's not prepared for it, and it's only 5 weeks left. It's not sufficient for any proper fighter to get prepared for the undisputed heavyweight championship. It's definitely not sufficient.
Would you say be ready for the 29th of April?
He is ready.
So
He's
Alex,
been in a training camp since December.
So Alex, with that in mind, given the fact that they offered they were the ones that advanced a rematch clause, will you now call their bluff again and say, right, we'll take the 30% to make the fight happen? we want the £1 million to the Ukraine because that's an extra part of the deal that we want, and that's a little give from you. But also, okay, if you want it that way, we'll take the rematch clause off the table as well. Will you do that too now?
You know, fighter is the final decision maker, so it's up to Usyk to make this decision.
Jokes, yeah, so that's where we at, Jack. You know, goes on to say,
who's that guy asking him the questions?
Candice Moody, my sister in the building. What up, girl? Ding, 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 ding. What up, sis? Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, AJ, and then Candice come through like in woo, because I know you're coming to rain on him.
What up, Candice?
Not much.
Fury in his bitch ass. Go on. Tell me. That's what you're gonna say.
No, I'm gonna let AJ say what he gotta say right quick, and then I'll do my thing.
But yo, I mean, Chad, I just had a question. Like, who's that asking Crash the questions? Who's that guy?
Simon Jordan and I forget what's the other geezer's name? Kenny Ken?
Simon Jordan and Jim White. By the way, Simon Jordan, AJ's a bit of a wanker.
No, I'm getting that vibe. I'm getting that vibe.
He usually
he's an absolute wanker.
He usually is, right? He is usually. He's the Simon Cowell of boxing, but he's starting to wake up now because he was a Fury fanboy, and everybody called him out on it. I did as well, but people used to come on the show that worked with him and they're like, "You're such up Fury's ass," because it was so that show is such a Fury fanboy fucking show in general, right? And he's been called out on it multiple times, and now he had to just keep it a buck, you know, and just say he's starting to just say this is full of shit.
Because Chan, like, because I asked who he was because I asked who he was because like he's asking quite that question genuinely, like, why do you think Fury is like, I mean, bro, use your brain. Like, this is an obvious. This is a fight that he knows he could lose. Anybody could see that.
Of course.
I mean, you should be able to see. I mean, yeah, like
Simon Jordan. He will ask the questions. I mean, he has to still ask those questions because he's a beta. Like, he'll not a beta as in beta male. He'll bait you in as in to see. He knows the answers to the questions that he's already asking. So and most of the time people are like,
but to me,
hate it.
But to me, it seemed genuine, like he actually didn't know. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, because a part of his fanboyism is still activated. We're winning slowly but surely, AJ. You know, bit by bit. You know, some of them just relegate their fanboyism as Furyites straight away, and some of them are getting there. So he's getting there.
Okay.
So we can't be too harsh on him. But the minute that he fucks back up again, I'll be back in the building. Yeah, he better stay on course. Stay on course. We got a super chat here. Shouts out to my R to the left. Weekly wrap up sugary show. Shouts out to you, Arlette, for dropping that $1.99 on your girl. Every time Fury lips moves, he's lying. Desafortunadamente. Yeah, that is for real. Yeah. You ain't lying. That's for real. Like he could write the book of lies really easy. I did see hang on 1 second. I don't want to miss stuff. Un momento. People say, yo, okie dokes, legal. Let me do this. And then we can get to my sister Candice in the building. Shouts out to Mr. T in the building. Mr. T, thank you for dropping that quarter of a dub on your girl. Mr. T, why did I think you was from the UK? Oh, I always thought you was British, you know. If Usyk wants to fight, he has to find the 2-star Dragon Ball toss it into a volcano and sing Baby Got Back in Spanish backwards. Lion Luke. I know. He's like, it's just any nothing's good enough. He doesn't want this fight, like Chris said. So let's get on to. Thank you for that super chat as well. Candice, what up, Dow?
No, I just got off the clock at my job. So I mean, but I have been paying attention to like throughout the whole weekend what's been going on with this whole Usyk and Fury situation. I've been paying attention to it, so I'm like number one. I'm gonna say this out of this whole situation. Though I say Usyk came out smelling like roses all of a sudden, because now it's like everybody wants Usyk to win now. Because now it's like within like 24 hours, everybody pretty much hates Fury for all this bullshit he's been doing.
Yep. And you've been keeping me in the loop, like, yeah, so I appreciate it, sis. You've been keeping everyone in the loop and sending over, and I'm like, yep, this is what this bitch ass is doing. Like, yeah. But Candice, you're on Twitter, and you, for the most part, right? Can you see the tone changing? Do you see the fucking comments like they like
I saw some of the Fury fanboys. They be saying, "Oh, he got Usyk right where he wants him." I was like, no, the fuck he don't. No, he don't, because like I said, like Usyk's manager said, they said you only got like 5 weeks. It ain't no way in the 7 circles of hell Fury's gonna be ready within 5 weeks. He can't do it.
Well,
also knowing Fury. I was like Fury. He was saying, "Oh, he a blown up middleweight and all this other shit." It's like, yo, you got 5 weeks to prove everybody wrong. It's like I told you. It's like what's good? Put up a shut up right now. Is that don't just sing it, bring it, bitch. That's how it is.
You never mince your words, I'll tell you that. And now they're saying, well, basically, because did you see the tweet? Was it Michael Benson that came out and said, or somebody else? No, this fight is going to happen in June now. We don't believe that.
I heard about it. I heard about June.
But you remember you wanted to rush AJ up coming off 2 back-to-back losses, and he
exactly
wanted 17th, because if you couldn't do December 17th because you needed it free to initially fight in February or March.
Exactly. AJ called him out on this bullshit. Now Usyk's calling him out on the bullshit.
And that's what I'm seeing people saying. I'm seeing people say, oh, like the Fury fans, oh, for real. So this is what he was doing to AJ. We didn't get it then, but no disrespect, you get it now, innit? When you can pit one fighter against another fighter due to obvious reasons that you guys choose to pick fighters against fighters, and I'll leave it there, and those that know will know. But when that's removed and it's 2 the same fighters, all of a sudden everybody knows, everybody can look now and they can see what up, Dow. And you have to strip it down to the bare bones. One's a liar, one's not. One's a liar. One's not. That one's a liar. And they've realised now that the lies have entered the building. The realisation has entered the building. The fanboyism has left the building. We're winning. We're fucking winning. And once fanboys leave the building, it leaves room for normalized boxing. Normal, objective fucking boxing. That's what's up. GG, what up, Del? I think that's where Alex messed up a little. Gave Fury a bailout option with the 5 weeks under pressure. We got the Queen Lisa Bells in the building. Ding, 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 ding. What up?
Hey. Hi, guys.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey. Hey, happy belated birthday. Hey, hey, wait a minute. King of King. What's up, Lisa? I can't do your voice. I wish I could. What up, Lisa? Oh God, you got a radio voice for real. Happy belated birthday, Kenny Ken.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Listen, I like how Usyk is handling this. He's not playing for the mind games. He's matching him.
Yeah.
Toe to toe, pound for pound, blow for blow. He really pulled his whole card.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the thing
He
is,
pulled it.
yeah, he should know, sis, that you can't fuck with Usyk mentally. He's not that geezer. He ain't that guy. Furthermore, he don't speak English, so a lot's lost in translation. So you can't really rattle him. He's a solid dude, as you see. You see his regime. He comes from Ukraine. He comes from Eastern Europe, the Europe sector, and they are very stoic people. They ain't got no time for no play. You do see him play and be quite eccentric, sis. At pressers and barely and stuff like that. He always comes up with a name and something like that. He does have a good good sense of humor, but he's very mentally. His mental fortitude is on a trillion. So that's why Fury could now resorted gappy teeth, little, and all of these stupid primary names and stuff like that. It's like
Yeah, listen, I don't mind playing. Listen, I don't listen. I got a game on my phone. I play games on the TV, but to play games all the time, that's what Fury do. And it's just not. It's not resonating to the fans. Fans are turning on him for that because it's been a long time since we've had an undisputed champion, and the fans have been clamoring for this. And it's dry out here. It's a drought out here in boxing. We hungry. We thirsty. So we not really beat for this. Yeah.
This is not what we signed up for. Neither did we sign up for 1999. But anyway.
Yeah. But it's been crazy today. Yeah, I was like, wow.
Yeah. It's been going back and forth and that, and I'm just like, damn, I can't even fucking keep up at the end of the day.
Belly. I can't get past that belly.
Greedy belly.
Greedy belly. Oh my God.
Yeah, he sounds like a super villain. Let's do this super chat. Let's go. That's right. Weekly wrap up. Obsidian Lion, the code keeper. Thank you for dropping that half a dub. It's busy today, isn't it? One second.
Yeah.
Do this. The code caller, thank you for dropping that half a dub on your girl. 10. My eyesight's really bad. This was bitch needs her glasses. Let me blow up the screen. 10 for 10 for a beautiful. 10 for a 10 beautiful. Hey, Fury gonna A-Town stomp Usyk. Let's stop the cap. Fury is a walking cheat code. Oh yeah, I forgot you. You fucking but you're not a fanboy, but yeah, you do love your Fury, don't you? Fury's a walking cheat code in the ring. Fantasy fight if Crawford fought Hagler. Who would win? BIILLDDIIZZIIIN. Who would win? You got to turn down the you got to turn down the show and because I can hear it feeding back. Yeah.
For me?
Yeah. No, not you, the caller. One sec. I'm coming to you. Arlette. One sec. Yeah. Now I can. Yeah, that's good. So fantasy fight if Crawford fought Hagler, who would win? I never like to disrespect the old fighters with the new fighters. Sometimes, it's like by default, I just try to go for that. The old fighters are so like they're so heroic. I would have to, but I would I would have to go with Marvin Hagler.
I agree.
Yeah, I would have to go with Marvin Hagler. Doesn't beat Terry Crawford.
Yeah, too big.
They're not even the same weight class.
Yeah, it's the wrong weight class, wrong matchup. You'd be better off.
Yeah, I think he's just fantasy fighting because, you know, if you want to bring Terence Crawford up to
middleweight 160. Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, because they
Crawford
both switch hitters
is like,
too.
Yeah.
like if you think about historical fighters, I would say Crawford to me would be more in line of his type of fighter he would be like to Hearns. He's real long and he has good fighting skills. But Hagler just a man with that chin. He's just a beast. You know, he only really like elite level fighter of his generation is
punching power too.
Yeah,
punching power. And we talk about cutting off the ring and all these issues. Hagler would maul dudes that could not figure out a pressure fighter. He would destroy all these dudes.
I just think he's saying because, you know, Terence Crawford is like number 1 or 2 pound for pound, and you can arguably put at that time Hagler same position. I just think he just wanted us to see.
No, it's a good hypothetical, but like I said, just Hagler does overall ability. Like when we say Hall of Fame or all time great, like literally he's in a conversation of like if you
Did you say Hall of Fame or Hall of Fame?
Excuse me, Hall of Fame. My bad. If you could pick, like, if you were trying to pick a fighter like all time greatest at middleweight, it is crazy.
Sorry, that was a great Freudian slip. She is fine.
Now I'll drop Hagler in right now. He would dominate 160. He would dominate. He could. It wouldn't even be. It would be bad business.
Put in Julian Jackson, he would dominate 160 right now.
Oh my God, Julian Jackson's power would be scary.
Caller on. Sorry, go ahead, you guys. Let me just get the. I forgot. My bad.
That's all good. Julian Jackson will be putting dudes in the hospital at 160.
Facts.
He probably would get retired for this. The fear of fighters would. They'd be like, "Nah, you can't fight nowhere," because he would probably kill a fighter in the ring. That's how hard he hits you with one of these dudes.
They'd be like, "Nah, we good. We got
Chan,
on the phone.
sorry.
Ding 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 ding. On to the left. What up, Dow? Sis?
Hey, Chan.
Hey, girl.
Happy birthday, Kenny Ken.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, we love Kenny Ken. Go ahead.
You. I just wanted to say, you really hit something, and I was going to super chat that, and I didn't. But the only reason why Tyson Fury has been doing this for years, and people, his fans, has been siding with him because he's white. Let's just say this. I mean, you're not going to say it, but I'm going to say it. Okay. And because he's fighting against another white fighter, now it's like, okay, he's full of shit. If this was AJ, Joe Joyce, even though he's half, Wild or anybody else saying this, they're going to be like, oh, man, come on. People are doing this now because they see, they always knew he's a liar. It's just that, come on. They just say that they're just riding on this now because Usyk is of Fury same complexion. And I'm 100% for Usyk. I believe everything he's saying. Fury has always been a liar, and they always knew he was always a liar. But they just took it because they don't fan him. They just fan the color of his skin. So that's all I wanted to say. But I'm just so fed up with him. And I just want him to be out of the sport. I pray to God that Usyk just let this guy just fight for your country, Usyk. Because didn't he said that he's fighting for his country and a certain percentage of Fury's money should go to his poor people in his country.
Yeah.
So if that's true, Usyk is fighting for his country now. And once you have a man fighting for his country, it's over. Fury don't fight for his country. He don't fight for his fans. He fights for himself.
Yeah. He don't give a shit about. He never gave a shit about the fans. It was always a ploy, like pretend that he gives a shit about the fans until he made money.
He doesn't care about the fans.
Yeah.
Even his fans here in this country, like when I used to listen to Coach's channel, even the white fans in this country, they know he was selfish, but they rise for him. And I won't say any specific names because of what he is. And he beat black men, and that's what they wanted to see. But other than that, Fury doesn't stand for anything decent or good. He's disgusting. He has low morale. He's a cheater. He's a ducker. He's everything you could say. If AJ did the half of the stuff that Fury did, he would be so disgusted. AJ hasn't done anything, but they try to pick every little thing he does, and they try to like make it look bad. But while Fury does all these things that are red flags, they don't ever discuss it. That's why I really don't. I don't take a lot of these fans serious.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say.
I'm with it. I got you, Arlette. Thanks for calling in and giving us your honest opinion.
Love you. Happy
you too.
birthday, Shan. Love you, Shan.
Love you too, girl.
Thank you, Arlette.
Shouts out to Arlette.
Love you, Arlette.
Yep. Here to keep it a buck. Mark, there you are, Mark Remington. How are you? You still in India, are you? What up, dad? So yeah, that's
what I next said was the truth. I said AJ did most of the shit that Fury doing. He would have been like more crucified than he already is right now.
You know what? There's a Lady Chan. I gotta send you the article. Usyk said, I saw it this morning. Usyk said that AJ had reached out or whatever. He said, what can I do to help out with what's going on over there? He said that. So he said he has the utmost respect for him. So, I know a lot of fans got on him because what happened after the fight or whatever. But he said he had the utmost respect for him. So I was like, wow.
Who
Even
said
though
that?
with the belt, Usyk, I'll send it to you, the article. I saw it this morning. I was half out of it. It was early this morning. I'll send you the article. Yeah.
Send it me.
But he said he had the utmost respect for AJ because AJ said he will help out with anything with what's going on in the Ukraine. So yeah.
Yeah, and Fury's not interested in after Fury came out and said we got a happy birthday, Kenny Ken again in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. After we had Fury say, when Ukraine first went to war, and they was asking for some help from the English, and Fury's like, "Yep, we're gonna get ourselves, me and even my dad, and we're gonna go and we'll fight the Russians and we'll help." And what happened? What happened? People just know you chat shit, bruv. So you didn't do that. Nobody expected you to do it. So I don't know why you even said it. But at least you can donate the 1 million from your purse. At least, and every day that you don't agree to that, what did he say? Every day it goes. What did he say? Every day he doesn't agree with your delay, that it goes up 1 million. Did he say, Kenny Ken? Did you see what he said? It goes up 1 million, does it? Every time.
Wow. £1 million? Woo, that's a lot of money.
£1 million every day that you don't, that you don't XYZ. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. So go ahead. Is that what you said, Kenny Ken? Sorry, I was just reading a message.
So I think I don't know whether he said $1 million or percent. Either way, the money goes up.
I think you said 1%.
Yeah, 1%.
I think you said 1%.
Yeah.
Sorry, boy, bye. I've already got one. Anyway, moving along swiftly. Why come in the chat and talk that shit? So silly. Yeah, see, throw me off now. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. What did you just say? Yeah, take it. Take it to
the Usyk said every day you don't accept, it's gonna go up. You're going to donate 1% more.
1%. That's it. Yeah, and you're right. So 1% more. So that would be 100 grand. No, that's 10%. That's gonna be what's that gonna be? 10,000 then. What's Edward, what's 1% of $1 million? 1,000. 10,000, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10,000, it'll go up a day. 10,000 a day. I would have said, bruv, it goes up fucking 10% a day. 1,000. I mean, 1 million, 1,000. 1 million, 10,000. 1 million, 1 million, 20,000. Oh, God. Okay. But I don't see Fury even doing that, mate. Because even to get a rematch clause in and all of that, and with, Fury's ego is so sky high at the minute, right? It's so sky high at the minute. I don't even think he's going to see it as, don't you try and bully me around and try and give me any demands. I'm the Gypsy Gang, yeah, big bum dossa. Oh, yeah, let's play. Where's my thingamajig? Big bum dossa, he's a...
You're just a pumped up middleweight, pumped up middleweight, cruiserweight.
That's right. That's what you are. That's what he calls Usyk. But, he's scared of this pump. I need to get the overhand right that attacked him. The overhand right was epic, boy, from Steve Cunningham. Shouts out to Cunningham, but it's your fault. If we could get that repeated, just for all the bullshit that he's been on, it'd be nice to see him get stopped, dropped, and shut him down. Don't bother open up shop. Yeah. Anybody else got anything to say on this matter?
Let's just say, hopefully this fighter, we'll get it. Boxing needs it.
Yeah.
It really does. You know why boxing needs it? Because now they're trying to say these little guys will be the face of boxing.
Yeah. Well,
boxing needs this.
Yeah.
You need a heavyweight champion. You need a heavyweight champion.
But who, we have been asking this same question on the trot. Who is, I'm going to ask Kenny, I'll go around the panel. Who is Kenny Ken acceptable for, if this fight, for any reason, and we do want it to happen, but for any reason this fight doesn't happen, who are we cool with Fury fighting? Because I don't know. Or what is Fury's next move to be? Because is it vacation? Vacate your little belt there, your little one belt, or is it what? Tell me.
Well, the thing is, the public are not going to accept any other fight. Everything's going to be anticlimax. People boxing fans want reunifications. They want the best to fight the best. They don't. Boxing fans don't want debates and things that didn't happen and never going to happen. Come on, we were fed up with debating on what might have happened if Lennox Lewis fought Riddick Bowe. We knew they fought in the Olympics. We wanted to see him in the professional, like the professional ring, and it didn't happen. It's boring. It's boring. Or, if you're going to go middleweight, if Joe Kazagi fought Carl Froch, we all think Joe Kazagi was going to win it, but we didn't know. And I think it's the same with this fight. There's two fighters who, but very, very good boxers. One's just an artiste, and that's Usyk, and then Tyson Fury's now turned himself into a fighter under under Sugar Hill, where he's planting his feet. So it'd be fascinating to see that fight. It's got to happen. Anything you can make the choking gesture and say, Joe Joyce, but the only thing British fans are going to accept if we don't get Usyk is Anthony Joshua. Simple. I'm sure Tyson Fury fans went, oh, he's lost the 3 fights and blah, blah. Still a big fight, mate. Still a big fight. The fact is that if you're an AJ fan, you said, yeah, he lost to Ruiz, but he rectified that comfortably. All this BS that people are going to talk about, they love to say that AJ, that he was scared because he lost to Ruiz, and Ruiz ruined him. What happened? Well, Ruiz didn't lay a glove on him in the rematch. No one wants to talk about that. It's funny how people talk about the first fight, but never the rematch. And then they talk about Usyk. Well, Usyk's a great fighter. So automatically, they're thinking that fight is a non-event. But it is an event because AJ fans have said, well, hang on here. Tyson Fury hasn't fought AJ. They haven't even fought that. And AJ will have a chance because he's a big puncher. So there's still sells. But seeing that's way off happening, it's only Usyk. Simple. Usyk or no one. Joe Joyce, great fighter, and came late into the game, but that's not going to put bums on seats. It's not.
No. So, do you see him vacating the belt? Because
Well,
what other money?
if he doesn't, if he doesn't, if he doesn't want to fight Usyk for any other reason, and he's run out of little back alleys that Suleiman seems to let him have, just got no choice. You don't want to fight, get out of the way and let people who want to fight. Simple.
Yeah, yeah. I don't see because I don't see any other money fights for him. To be fair,
well, Frank Warren could promote the Joe Joyce fight and
oh well,
as
Joe
much as he
Joyce
can.
fight would be good, yeah, for real. That'd be
It'd
great
be
fight.
okay, but the fact is that
Fight.
undisputed,
Yeah.
that fight that as Klitschko was talking about when he was talking about David A fighting David A fighting Orly Harris. He said this ain't the world championship fight. It's the championship of London. It's the same here. British fans are going to be interested in that fight, but if we're trying to sell that fight abroad, I doubt if anybody. I don't see people in the US wanting to know about Joe Joyce and Tyson Fury. They're going to know.
The ones that love boxing, they'll watch it, but I mean, it's not going to be a major draw for them over
Yeah,
there.
but no, not too funny. The ones who love boxing aren't gonna make fighters rich. It's the casuals who make fighters rich. They're the ones who pay for the subscriptions. They're the ones who pay for the tickets. A lot of genuine boxing fans are disillusioned with the sport so much that they won't pay for the subscription, the pay-per-views. They may not even go to fights no more because they just felt the sport, but they still love the sport and will rather watch smaller halls where they feel that this is real boxing. But the casuals, especially since the 80s in this country, they're the ones who paid away.
Yeah, but I think that casuals weren't the major players in boxing of going back in time. I mean,
No,
it was.
Yeah, but the fact is, they could never be. Casuals could never be because simple reason, it's not in the 1970s and 1980s. Boxing was a TV sport, live TV sport in the United States. It wasn't in this country. We used to see the highlights the next day of big fights. It was it was an event if there was a big fight live. I remember, Baron McGuigan fighting Eusebio Pedraza at QPR's ground when I was 13, and that was live, but that was rare. That was rare because TV were not interested in boxing because the simple reason is that too many promoters, too many boxers crying off. You can imagine if you cancelled Coronation Street or EastEnders and you had a 3-hour build up to a fight, and then before you know it, a fighter pulls out. What are you going to do with your schedules? It's a risk. So since Sky's come along, and since ITV, in the 1980s came along, and they started promoting these fighters, Chris Eubank, Nigel Benn, casuals all over that because they are the ones who are fascinated. Bring their wives. I mean, boxing is the only sport I know where people wear a suit to go and watch a fight, and women wear high heels as high as Empire State buildings. I've never seen a sport them go to football like that. But boxing, it's an event.
Boxing is sexy and glam, yeah. The gangsters' wives would dress up in their fur and their stilettos and
exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's true. It's lost that gloss. King of King. What does Fury do? What's acceptable and what's unacceptable?
Joe Joyce. That's it. I would say I guess I could slide Andy Ruiz in there as a close second, but it's a distant second. Really, I'm thinking about it. The only reason I say Joyce is because, like I said, that's to be regardless of what fighter we're talking about, the most compelling contender in any division in any belt category is Joyce. He's the guy right now. I can't say AJ because AJ already has a fight coming on, so that's irrelevant. So yeah, it has to be Joyce. And with Frank Warren, I mean, what's the excuses? These are both two in-house fighters. If you don't make that fight, then what are we talking about? At least so yeah, Joyce is the only suitable opponent. Like I said, maybe Ruiz a far second. I think Joyce, he needs his opportunity. I think it's his time. He's pressed the gas on his career. He has built up into a contender position. He's probably the most legitimate contender, probably division all the way up and down. You know,
and he's an older geezer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's time. You know, he doesn't got a lot of miles. In his fighting style, because he is a face first type of dude, there is a shelf life for that. So yeah, that's the only acceptable fight.
But okay, so Joe Joyce is the WBO Mando. And then you've got Philip Ergovich. I'm talking about, this is for Usyk. So there could be an Usyk Joyce. And then we've got Philip Ergovich is the IBF. And obviously the WBA is Daniel Dubois. But 2 out of those 3 fighters are Frank Warren fighters. As you know, so Dubois and like you said, Joyce. But could Joyce instead, because I mean, could Joyce instead just, all right, if he gets to fight Fury, because I mean, it's time for Frank Warren to start putting Joyce in the driver's seat now at the end of the day, like, because the WBO mandatory will come after the WBA, so that could leave Joyce waiting for that type of fight for, you know, a year, another year, maybe 18 months even. I think some of them's 18 months. I don't know what time's left for him to to do the WBA. I mean the WBO Mando to suffice. Yeah.
Maybe he will actually make that fight. Maybe I mean, you got to roll the dice on what if you have. I mean, it's funny how Frank Warren has somehow slithered his way into controlling a good portion of the heavyweight fighters that we want to see. So, like, we don't want to see whatever Dubois, get out of here. So Joyce, yeah, I guess if he's the mandatory there, I guess that's the only. Maybe Frank Warren rolls the dice and thinks maybe that Joyce can beat Usyk. I don't know. I think Joyce thinks in his mind he could beat Usyk. He don't give a damn. He'll fight either one of those dudes. He's the only one I think is really don't care. He just wants his title shot. And I think Frank Warren's been keeping him at bay. But like, when you're going to decide who's your front runner, you have one fighter that you've been riding back of who's not box office. So you can't use that excuse to compare them to Joyce. You've already sacrificed one of your young dudes, your Anthony Joshua attempted clone. He's already been dispelled. So yeah, run Joyce up there against one of these dudes and get it over with. And figure it out. But like I said, maybe it's more likely he does get the Usyk fight, because maybe Frank Warren thinks at the very least, if he doesn't win, he maybe inflicts some damage and slow Usyk down a little bit coming into a Tyson Fury unification.
Right. God, yeah. Look at us trying to decode everything to Da Vinci Code. Candice, what happens if this fight doesn't happen?
To be honest, I mean, like I said, he got, was it Joe Joyce? I mean, but like I said, if Fury don't fight, it's like he might as well go ahead and vacate it and give the title and the WBC will give it to somebody else. And we all know they're gonna give it to Wallace, bitch ass. But I said Usyk. I said Usyk can go up against anybody anywhere. That's the reason why I said Usyk can. Usyk can fight as long as he wanted to, but he really wants undisputed. So that just proved that he really wants legacy over anything else right now. So that's why I said, I mean, whoever Frank Warren fish eyes those in front of Usyk, he'll probably just gonna steamroll him anyway.
God, yeah. I mean. Oh yeah, I feel bad for Usyk, to be honest, because yet again another legacy blocked. Just because Tyson Fury doesn't care about legacy, he blocked Anthony Joshua's. He wasn't giving no shits about no undisputed. Fury's had every belt, never cared about trying to be undisputed ever. Never cared. He's never cared about. Soon as Anthony Joshua came along, said, you know, that's why sometimes you shouldn't say your plans out loud, because people try to, you know, they'll try and checkmate you and try block your shit. And as soon as he said, yeah, I'm disputed, because jealousy, I can't get that money, They gave Frank Bruno a hero's parade when he was the heavyweight champ. You know, Anthony Joshua's come in. They give him a lot of love and adoration. Fury's never had that same adoration. So he blocks everybody's dreams, goals, and aspirations. And now he's doing it to Alexander Usyk, knowing that, you know, he's coming off a war-torn country, trying to defend that country and he just doesn't have any. His moral compass is it's very what's the word? It's withered.
Corrupt would have been a better saying.
Yeah, corrupt. It's non-existent. Let's have a look who's there. We got a guest in the building. Ding 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 ding. What up, girl? Who are ya? Who are ya? I don't know you. So King Jumbo.
Yo, it's Jimmy. Yo, it's Jimmy. How you doing?
What up, Jimmy? I was like, who's King Jimbo? I was thinking, what time? Oh yeah. Oh God, your time.
Hey, Jimmy.
God, we need someone on his side. Go ahead, Jimmy. Let's jump right to you. Where are we standing? We'll do the super chat in a minute. Where are we standing, Jimmy? Is your mate here over here, the Gypsy King, a duck?
I'd say so. Yeah, I'd say it's Duck and Usyk. But my thing is this though. I feel like Usyk sees it as a very dangerous. Sorry, not Usyk. Fury sees it as a very dangerous fight. So he wants to squeeze every penny out of it. You know, as far as the rematch and the location and the split. He knows it's a very dangerous fight, a 50-50 fight, and that's what he's doing. Yeah, you can say he's ducking a little. I mean, they're still negotiating, so we'll see how it goes. But it's not a good look.
The fight. Does it look by what we've seen as the run of play? Does it look like that Fury wants the fight?
Personally, no, I wouldn't say so. I would say Fury probably doesn't want the fight, but I mean, it's the biggest fight out there for money-wise, you know, legacy-wise.
Because remember, according to you, Jim, we had a good old laugh. Thank you for being a good sport. But according to you, you know, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's, you know,
my God, come on! I never said anything.
But you know, you said like he's not really don't have to be scared of people, and you know, he's this and he's that. It's funny now. I'm just to me. How I see it, if Mike Tyson came out on record and he's admitted that he's gone into the ring and he's been scared, I don't care. Tyson Fury's no different. People need to stop saying they're scared because some of them are.
I don't think he's afraid of Usyk like physically because I think he's fought guys that are more explosive.
Doesn't matter.
I think Dylan White,
humiliated. People, that doesn't mean people are scared of getting tucked in. People could be scared of getting humiliated, embarrassed, just out and out losing, especially when their career's been nothing but smoke and mirrors. So, you know, being exposed. So, yeah, there's lots of different things that fear.
Here's LadyChann. I think Tyson Fury right now, I'd say he's in the golden era of his career right now. He's a guy that's making the money that he kind of always wanted to make. He's getting the media hype he's always wanted. And he doesn't have to share it with anyone. You know, he doesn't have to share it with Joshua or live in Joshua's shadow. And even Wilder's out of the picture. So on the global scene, there's not really any, like with Usyk, he's a good fighter, but I don't think he really has the kind of media profile or fan base of a Wilder or a Joshua. So I think Fury's just loving life, you know. He fought a washed up Chisora, made good money, you know, beat up Dylan White for good money. So I think he's not really in any urgency, you know. He's kind of doing the thing with WWE. I think with Fury, he's kind of like, I just guess like loving life, you know. He's finally got the kind of hype and the love and the money that he's always wanted. And I think he sees the guy in Usyk because, you know, Steve Cunningham, you know, is a guy obviously that gave him hell. Otto Wallin gave him a lot of trouble. And I think Usyk is that times 1,000, right? So I get what you're saying. I think Usyk definitely brings a lot of intangibles that are very difficult for Fury, even though Fury would be the favorite. So Fury does take the fight. I think he wants to be the quote-unquote A-side, right? He wants all the money. He wants it, you know, in his backyard. And yeah, he just wants to be a bit of an asshole in negotiations.
Yeah. Anyone want to chime in on that, Lisa? Where does Usyk go, or where does Fury go? What's acceptable and what's unacceptable?
I would say Joe Joyce is a good contender to fight. I agree, but does
What's this? doesn't. But so how do we ever get undisputed? So basically, he just holds up the heavyweight for the foreseeable future. Then does he?
I mean, if we don't get the Usyk fight, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but if we don't get the Usyk fight, that means, and I want to say this to all the panel, that means it's Fury still is. He still has the WBC belt, and nobody can fight for that belt unless, I mean, it's he's going to have to do mandatories. But the mandatories that he'll command, unfortunately, are going to be low-level fight, pay-in fight. But Wilder 4, that would be big here because you can't go America. Wilder 4, yeah, no one wants that.
That will be.
It'll be Andy Ruiz. That'll be who he'll fight if he gets a mandatory coming up. But the thing about it is, it's like I can understand your frustration about it because you're like, but here's what sucks about boxing. There's nothing we can do about it. He can sit there and sit on that belt, pay whoever sanctioned, send them envelopes, and he don't have to do anything. Like, we can't force him to do nothing. So we're like hoping for the graces, like maybe it'll dawn on him. Maybe he'll get a piece of confidence and say, hey, I can beat this dude. But there's nothing we can do. Like when we say, only thing you can do is not pay attention to him. And that sucks. So it's just like, there's nothing. If he chooses not to do it, doesn't happen.
That's why King of King, I feel that this fight is important. Like any other fight is important because we haven't had an undisputed champ in a while. In the heavyweight division, and the heavyweight division always moved the needle. They was the man, you know what I'm trying to say? So here's the thing, right? You got the media right now is clamoring over this lightweight fight, right? And they're saying that whoever's the winner of this will be the face of boxing. That's why this.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's why this fight is important.
Yeah,
it's a state claim on the heavyweight division because they selling us shit in this shit that's polished, but it's still shit.
Polished turd. Let's do this super chat. Hang on, Jim. Let me just do this. Shouts out to R to the left for dropping that 199 on your girl. Usyk says he has more respect for AJ as a man. Yeah, get the claws out. Another one. Let's go. God, I need to have these queued up. Sorry, my bad. I'm a bit slow mode today. Shouts out to Arlette for dropping that quarter of a dub on your girl. That's right, it's the weekly wrap-up TV show. Fury fans showed their true colours when they have Fury over Lennox Lewis. Oh no, could you believe it? They already said that when they saw Fury, when they say Fury is #1 over Ali. I know, can you fucking I know, can you believe it?
I have opinions just like anyone else. You got opinions. But unlike what you're doing is I bring facts, data, statistics, things you can go look up yourself.
Yeah, these people are factless sets of peons. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I don't pay any attention. I'm starting to learn not to pay any attention.
Actually, I have to disagree though. I mean, I really haven't seen anyone come out and say Tyson Fury is better than Muhammad Ali. Like,
yeah,
I have plenty of times.
I've seen that plenty of times. I've seen them say prime for prime, Ali against Fury. Fury would beat Ali. Ali was only 175 pounds. Ali was only 180 pounds. Fury's too strong, too big. I've seen it a million times. The failures are. The laughter has entered the building.
Yeah. They're not even basing it on facts. Ali was a light heavyweight. That's how he won his gold medal. But he went up to like 210 or 212 or whatever. So it's not based in, as you say, facts. No, but either way, I mean, you know,
if he beats Usyk, then I think as far as the Lennox question, for me, Ali's always a gold standard. So that's not a conversation I want to have with someone.
Doesn't mean that he beat Lennox Lewis. Doesn't mean that he beats Lennox Lewis. Oh no,
I mean, as far as resume, if he beats Alexander Usyk and becomes undisputed champion, Lennox's best wins.
Undisputed, but I mean, your resume will still be questionable. Like you'll have a Klitschko, right? Well, let's go back. You'll have John McDermott that gave you hell in the first fight, and you robbed him, and you had to rematch him to get that win. And then and that was for the British or English title, British title. Then we'll move up to Klitschko in 2015. I mean, he'd already had losses, and that was the most boringest fight. But cool, we gave you props because he was a long reigning champ. Cool, 40 years old. If you want to say he was old when AJ fought him, he was old when Fury fought him. Pick which one you're going with. So that was in 2015.
Good for both.
And we had Derek Chisora. Hang on, stop interrupting. Then we had Derek Chisora. He took Chisora's 2016. Chisora's never been a world beater, never been a title holder. Then you fought him twice, and then you cleaned his clock there. There's always rematches. Then we bring it up to you had to fight a Schwartz, Pianetta, a Violin who tore off your face, and he's at least arguably a C-level fighter. Maybe C+. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. B-, C+. Who else did we have? Who else did we have? We had Steve that basically dropped you. He was a cruiserweight as well. So all of this is just hypocrisy to the highest degree. Then we'll move on to an unproven champ that fought nobody, and you did him 3 times. Deontay didn't fight nobody. Wilder, the praying mantis. So and then we'll move on again. You clean the Dillian White's clock. That somebody already cleaned his clock. Others have cleaned his clock previously. It doesn't matter. He was never a world title holder either. Then we'll move on swiftly again. You was going to fight Mahmoud Char. Nobody wanted that because Mahmoud Char, we don't care. Don King and his bingo hall fucking fighters, we don't care. So that didn't happen. And then you had to go down and fight Derek Chisora yet again for a trilogy and say that you're the first heavyweight in history to fight 2 trilogies in their career, even though Muhammad Ali was that guy. But yet, you don't even know you're boxing, and you've been boxing since you're 5. So now we've moved up. There's always a mediation, an arbitration, a heel drag, something that goes wrong, a ducking. You didn't want to fight Klitschko, even though I'll rewind that back for the rematch as well, because, you put us to sleep so much from the first time, and you thought Klitschko is definitely going to clean your clock. So AJ had to go and clean his clock, 17 months later. And now we're up to present day. It's a great timeline. Shouts out to, you've got to come here. We only deal with stats, facts, and data. Nothing I said was a lie, so I shall wait for the reply.
I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying. I said it if he beats Usyk and consolidates the heavyweight division, right? I'm not saying right now. I mean, if you look at Lennox's Lewis. Okay. No, it doesn't. No, but you've got to hear the argument though, the other way, right? That's what I'm saying, right? So with Lennox Lewis, right?
It doesn't fill in the
I
gap.
can do the same to Lennox's resume, though, right? Lennox Lewis beat Holyfield, who was old. He beat a washed-up Mike Tyson. He got knocked out by a couple of journeymen. I mean, I can do to Lennox Lewis what you're doing to Tyson Fury, right? I said if he beats Usyk.
Guess what? Guess what? He was undisputed. He was a world beater. He was undisputed. He was a world
Lennox
beater.
Lewis's resume still heads above the short Fury's.
Lennox Lewis, tell him.
I'm saying if he beats Usyk, though. I'm saying
you on the resume thing, because last time you didn't even know who was undisputed from who wasn't. So really, I can't take your. You're not the most factual person either. I'm old enough to be your. That's a great thing, or it's a bad.
And
thing.
I'm sorry, Hasim Radman wasn't a journeyman.
I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing.
No, neither was Oliver McCall. He was a good fighter.
Yeah, they were journeymen, and he avenged those losses.
No, those guys were well
crazy
respected.
part. If we want to speak about fight victories, he has a better win over a better Ukrainian. Like if we want to talk about Ukrainian fighters, he beat the better Klitschko. Regardless of how he did it, he beat him into damage where he couldn't fight anymore. That fight right there, I could make it comparative because that Klitschko had issues with injuries. But that was his downfall. So that win by itself is a match to anything. But the bottom line is the comparison is just so disingenuous when they talk about Ali, because the reason they brought that up was they were trying to compare the time when Fury was out of fighting because of drugs, cheating, and poor behavior in his lifetime.
Yeah, sorry.
To compare that shit to Ali being banned from boxing for racial tension in America, he lost years of his career. Like I said, when they even if you were jokingly like the conversation. So then when we bring Lennox Lewis into it, once again, more work needs to be done because Lennox Lewis had a all-time great throw his belts in the trash to avoid the fight. Fury has never had nobody. Usyk ain't throwing nothing in the trash. He wants to smoke. He's been had to get chased down. The first Klitschko had to chase him down for a rematch to the point he just gave up. So it's not. Let's be real. There's no comparison. I think the way you conduct yourself in your career matters, regardless of what if you conduct yourself a certain way in your career.
I don't know why you keep bringing up Muhammad Ali. I already said Muhammad Ali.
We know that, but the way he behaves is honest. Like it's not even systematic. Like he don't want rematches. He don't want to. Like let's keep it real, bro. Like so, the problem is he has missed out on a lot of opportunities. Fury is existing in an era that he shouldn't even be taught. We shouldn't be talking about his greatest exploits right now. We should have been talking about that shit 5 or 6 years ago. But like I said, because he wanted to fuck off, because he wanted to do these things outside the ring. This is why this conversation is coming up. Usyk should be a young contender for him right now. Like that's to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
If he older than him, he could have
Usyk is older than him.
He should have fought AJ 2 or 3 times by now.
Usyk's older than him. He turned pro. Usyk turned pro in 2013. Tyson Fury turned pro in 2008.
Yes, 5 years difference. Like I said, 5 years of an era in difference. So it's not even he shouldn't even be having a conversation where he be like I said, if he should have been fought AJ 2-3 times by now. We shouldn't even be having a conversation. We should be talking about is Usyk trying to defeat the upstart Fury who's the greatest of his era because he have all these fights. No, he fucked off 3 years.
The word you guys are missing is if though.
And Jimmy, listen. The reason why Ali's one of the gold standards because I don't think nobody has a better CV than Ali in heavyweight history.
Yeah, that's why I said 100%. As soon as someone brought that up, I said, why would I debate that?
Killers. Yeah.
No, Muhammad Ali is greater than any heavyweight right now, past or present.
What we're saying is,
that's not what I said.
What we're saying is, we're not going to praise we're not going to praise like someone that's conducted themselves like this. If he beats Usyk, shouts out to him, we're going to give him props. I'm going to go live on the night anyway and XYZ at the end of the day. But listen, that doesn't fill in the gaps. It doesn't fill in that, that he has been exposed.
Lennox's resume wasn't that good though. Because I've looked at Lennox's resume, right? No, he beat Klitschko on cuts, right?
Jimmy.
As the favorite.
Bro, are you kidding me?
You can't even.
Are you kidding me?
No, don't even entertain it because we've already desecrated Jimmy on this and we're going to move along because Jimmy isn't qualified for this type of talk. He's new school. When these fights were happening, even when Klitschko was fighting Tyson Fury, Jimmy was about 10. So we can't really be arguing someone that was 10 when these fights was happening. And then when the fights was happening, he weren't even born. So it's pointless because he hasn't done his own work.
But I've still got Wikipedia though.
No, we're not doing it. No, we're doing the super chat. I shan't let you do it. Sorry, that is where you're not qualified. You've proven that you're not qualified and we'll move along when we won't let you keep doing it. You're unqualified for this part of the conversation, sir. Anyway, it's the super chat. Shouts out to obviously you're obviously now the code keeper for dropping that quarter of a dub on your girl. Fury playing the bad guy, maximizing profits. I think it's a brilliant selling point. I love this channel showing support in the Buddhism. Thank you so much. Let's let Kenny Ken has to be on his way. Hi ho, it's off the work he goes. No, it's off the bed you go. I don't blame you. Tell him. Do you want to do any rundown on footy?
Nah, nothing's happened. We won. Everything's happening. I just want to say, like, it'd be nice. Hopefully, next week we get a bit of present. Tyson Fury agrees to fight. let's be honest, it's not happening April 29th. There's just not enough time. So we just have to pray that in the summer. And I'm sure when Tyson Fury gets down to it, the fight will be on, and it'll be massive. You know, you just have to, exercise a bit of patience and just wait until maybe June.
Oh God! Oh, if we have to, but yeah, we've
got no choice in the matter. Tyson Fury's not ready. I've seen no evidence that he's in fight camp. No evidence whatsoever.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. He's taking a jog, and then he's like, "Oh, man, no, I only need 4 weeks." But anyway, so tell them where they can find you, Kenny Ken.
Find me on Twitter at KennyKen1972, but I don't go on there much. It's Instagram where I have the most fun with football. I only go on Twitter. I only go on Twitter because for boxing, and that's it. And I do match days, but Arsenal Twitter is just full of arseholes anyway at the moment. So I'd rather go on Instagram.
You rather do your Instagram, which is Kenny Ken 1972 as well.
Kenny Ken 1972 as well, yes.
Yeah, 19. Yeah, well, find Kenny Ken because he follows the footy and he gives some good commentary on his Instagram live. And you do find him on Twitter. People do tweet Kenny and say, they like his opinions and like his, as we all do. And I want to say this: happy birthday yet again to yourself and your daughter, 18th birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll pass on to my daughter as well.
Yes, please do. Kenny Ken.
Yeah.
See you, Ken. Love you.
Yeah.
See you later.
Love you too. See ya.
Yeah.
Good night, Kenny Ken, and happy birthday to your daughter as well.
We got. Go ahead. 1 sec. Got a phone call. Go ahead. Who's talking while I put this back on the? Not you, Arlette. Not you, Arlette. No one can hear you yet. Go. No one can hear you yet, Arlette. I'm saying.
No, I would just say happy birthday as well. I was joining in the festive cheers.
Yeah, you're qualified.
No, I will say
qualified for that.
There is one good news though.
I'm going to vet that you say going forward on this panel in the future, because I can't. I let you have free reign, and you disappointed us, Jimmy. You disappointed. We're from the UK.
I'm agreeing with 70% of what you're saying, LadyChann. We agree on 70%.
You didn't know that. That you didn't know that Riddick Bowe was undisputed. It failed us. It failed us.
No, I knew he was undisputed. It's all three of you shouting over me. It's different.
At least he was undisputed. Tyson Fury hasn't been yet. And if he does, what I'm saying is we're going to give him shouts out. But what we're not going to do is say that Lennox Lewis, his career and resume is trash. That's not what we're not going to do.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
it's not bad. You can't. We're not going to do that. See,
you said his resume wasn't that good.
Yeah, you said, yeah. There we go.
Come on, Amanda Holyfield had several losses at that point.
You don't care.
It don't matter. What do you have? 3 losses? That's a lot. That's a lot of losses. 2, 3. That's it.
When you fight everybody, you attempt to be great, you will get lost.
And he was a unified heavyweight champion going into that fight. So.
Yeah, but so is Usyk, though. We've revoked his qualification. It doesn't matter. Like, go ahead.
Dude. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say
fish in a barrel.
Let Arlette off the last bit of the bones of the carcass.
This guy Jimmy, he is very disrespectful. This is the second time that he came on talking bull. He's talking BS.
Your phone's cutting out. Your reception's bad. We can't hear you. It's cutting out.
He was talking.
I think the universe disagrees with you.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
He was talking.
I think the universe disagrees with you.
Can I speak, please, Jimmy? Can you have respect? I know you don't have respect for black, but please have.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
All right.
What's wrong with you? Why would you say something that's stupid? Why would you say something that's stupid?
You let me talk. Why are you talking over me? Why are you talking?
Jimmy, I promise I'll let you respond. I promise you can. Just let us speak.
Because I find it, I'm not even a Lennox Lewis fan, but you just cut down. You cut down Riddick Bowe last month. Now you're going to cut down someone that was undisputed and has a way better resume and that fought everyone. Then just to defend Tyson Fury, this is exactly why a lot of fans think that a lot of people are very racist against black fighters. Because except for just owning up and saying that, look, I like Tyson Fury. Okay, I like him because he's white and I don't like blacks. I will respect you if you say that. Then just taking shit out of your ass just to make Fury look good. And it's a fact. Like how I don't like Kevin Samuels, but when Shem plays that thing,
you ain't got no choice.
Facts,
For that
data,
one.
whatever.
That's true.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Because you can't. What facts is, you can't list down. Look at all the fighters that Fury, fought compared to the fighters that Lewis fought. I'm talking about Ray Mercer. I'm talking about Mercer. I'm talking about Razor Ruddock. I'm talking about fighters that Fury that will never those are great fighters by itself, and those weren't even the best fighters that he beat.
I know.
And you're gonna disrespect our fighters because you wanna raise and lick Fury's balls. This is why I think that a lot of you non-black people always try to do that. I don't like that. Just say that I like Fury and I'm a faggot and I want to lick his balls, and we'll keep it at that. But don't try to make up your own excuses and try to belittle Lennox Lewis' accomplishments and the other black fighters' accomplishments. You're getting very disrespectful.
Okay.
Bye, Chan.
All right. Let Jimmy.
Can I respond?
Let me say the line while
Come
Jimmy
on, man.
responds. I'll let. Go ahead.
No, my response to that is first of all, you don't know me on a personal level, so for you to say that is very stupid. The only person making it about race is you, and I don't know why you keep bringing this up. Nothing I said has got anything to do with the race, right?
Okay.
When I came on this channel, I agree with everything LadyChann said. I said, look, man, he looks suspect. The things he's doing, he'll probably only want to take this fight if he wants it on his terms, right? And I said, if he beats Alexander Usyk, an undefeated top pound for pound guy who's never lost, is a better win than Evander Holyfield at that time. He'd been knocked out a couple of times. That's all I said, man. I mean, this whole notion about the white power and come on, man. You are the racist, and you are projecting on me, and I will not have it. And as far as your opinion, I mean, I will wipe a donkey's ass with your opinion, and that is what it is.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Well, let's
Why are you so emotional for, man? Like, what did I say that was so out of bounds? All I said is, look, Lennox Lewis's resume. Look, I said, look, Ali, that's the gold standard, man. That's the greatest of all time. Anyone who said that Ali isn't the greatest is I'm sitting here talking boxing, and she's on about race and what her personal emotions are, and I mean, whatever's happening in her love life. I mean, I feel like that's fucked up right now. This is why she's projecting and emotional. Her dude probably walked out on her, and she's trying to put that jacket on me. You know what I mean? And it's just a sad situation.
God. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Every time my show goes to the left, to the left.
Great, now what not? What do we do now?
Oh, this is, we're here. It's the fucking weekly wrap-up show. It's to be expected. It goes to the left. We got another caller. We got AA. Back in the booty.
I got to call back.
What up, Jackway?
What's up? Let me call back real quick to say this, Jimmy. I'm gonna take it easy on you, man. Just give away your boxing card for 3 or 4 days, and then call it a day. To say Lennox Lewis' resume is bubbled up, will say trash. Lennox Lewis is one of the greatest heavyweights that we've seen. He didn't look. The 2 people he lost to, what he do? He came back and beat him. He can't help the fact that he beat Holyfield and my favorite fighter at the time, Mike Tyson. He beat them both. So to sit up there and say Lennox Lewis ain't ducking nobody. Lennox Lewis is the greatest heavyweight. He was one of my favorite heavyweights anyway. So at the end of the day, I mean, this is about Fury. Lennox Lewis will never ever become what Fury is today. Lennox Lewis would never pull no mess like this. Look what Fury is doing. How can y'all defend this man? So at the end of the day, it ain't no need to yell and scream and moan. You can't defend it. And to say Lennox Lewis' resume is trash, just give away your boxing card for maybe about three or 4 days.
Who said that though? When did I say this? When did I say it was trash?
You said he's beaten a washed up Evander Holyfield, who you said his resume the other day wasn't that great as well. I remember you saying that the other day. You know, we can't. He said Evander Holyfield's resume is nothing to be sniffed at. It's questionable as well.
Okay, so hold on. So if you gonna say, hold on, if you gonna say that, then what blame Lennox Lewis players in that case? Look when they have. So they kills me when they say this. They kills me when they.
Evander Holyfield has a better resume than Fury and Lennox Lewis. No. Evander Holyfield's got a better legacy than Tyson Fury and Evander Holyfield. Lennox Lewis and Tyson Fury combined. I think Evander Holyfield's a much greater ATG than Tyson Fury or Lennox Lewis will ever be, because he was a smaller man moving up from cruiserweight, and he did so many historical things in both divisions that his overall legacy is way better than Tyson Fury's or Lennox Lewis's. So I mean, you know.
Get him, guys. Just
okay,
so yeah, go ahead. So it ain't worth it. Yeah, okay, to say that. Okay, I mean that's his opinion. That's your opinion. But look, Lennox Lewis beat him, and he beat him. If it's simple that he beat him and Tyson. We can say Tyson was underage. Okay, cool. But then when Mike Tyson would beat Lennox Lewis, people are like, oh, Mike Tyson beat Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis no good. He lost to an older Mike Tyson. But if Lennox Lewis beat him, you see the narrative that they push. But if Holyfield beat him, or he beat you know what I mean? Lennox Lewis can beat an older Evander Holyfield. So what? At the end of the day, we can fuck. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, my
go ahead. Oh no, you're good, Chan. It ain't a waste of time. Look, we can't go back in history. That the case, then I would have made Lennox Lewis fight Richard Bowe. If that the case, then we can't. That's old. That's all. You know what I mean? That's old.
Hey, let me jump in real quick. Hey, I think LadyChann buried it a long time ago when my man Jimmy said. I watched it on what did he say on Webipedia? What, bro? Look, Wikipedia. I'm just gonna say, look, man, look. We gotta understand the context of where he's coming from. Everything he's known about boxing is this fuckery that we talk about. He didn't exist during the golden age. He's looking up stats on a computer. There was no box break back in the day. We didn't need a box break. Dudes fought, and we knew who was better. So the thing about it is, like I said, it is a mute.
You shouldn't speak on Ali then, right? Because you went around. Okay.
Well,
so don't speak on Muhammad Ali.
You actually watched Ali's film. I have seen all his fights. It is a difference between watching him live. You're correct, but I didn't say.
I've watched this
wait, hold on, Jimmy, man. Before you interrupt, man, I'm just keeping it a buck, bro. Like I'm just gonna tell you that if my dad was to have an argument with me about Ali and I was trying to say Tyson was better, I would have to concede to him because he actually saw both of them. You watching it on you reading stats, it's not the same thing as watching the fights. I promise you, if you had actually seen these fighters fight, you would not be so high on Fury, because at that time a dude like Fury would have probably talked shit about. He wouldn't have been so boisterous. He would have had to fight some dudes. He probably would have had a few losses. And then there's an understanding that when we bring up, oh, this guy had losses, blah, this and that. Well, the only reason why dudes don't have losses now because they don't fight everybody. They fuck around. They stall fights out. So this whole undefeated phenomenon that's occurred, this is just now. Prior to Floyd Mayweather going undefeated, the last time you heard about a fighter going through his whole career undefeated, that was like a significant fire, was probably like Rocky Marciano. So that's this shit about losses and all that stuff, using that as any kind of gauge. You get losses when you fight the best and you run it back. Us arguing about rematch clauses right now, that's not a conversation you have, because guess what? Yeah, if I can whoop your ass, go ahead and throw it in there. We can run it back, because if I beat you bad enough the first time, you're not going to want the rematch. But if I barely win, then I'll get the smoke again and then prove that I beat you. Like, so the type of fuckery, the type of bullshit you hear about, the type of, oh, well, we can only get one fight in 10 years and all this crap, that trilogy that we had with him, like these couple trilogies, is a rarity, man. So I'm just saying, look, I'm not trying to dish you, but like I said, you just got to really do some more, you got to do more investigating before you make a statement. And like I said, Tyson Fury got more work to do. Then you can have the discussion because he's not fighting this guy, because he's fucking around with Usyk, because he did not fight AJ, who there is no excuse for him not fighting AJ. There's none. So because he didn't do that, it puts you in a bad position. These guys, the reason why we could say he fought an old Tyson, because guess what? He fought an old Tyson. He actually fought him. You know, the reason why we say he got knocked out by Rockman is because he fought Rockman and he ran it back. And Rockman was a heavyweight champion. But like, so if you fight, then you won't have to have this argument. So, but he because he
used the word if. I said if he beats Usyk
with 20-some fights, he should have 40 or 50 fights by now. I mean,
I didn't say he was better than Lennox Lewis. So this is the key point, right? You guys are having an argument with me that I never made, right? I never said he was better than Lennox Lewis.
Our argument is when it's an even keel. This is desecration. We're not arguing. This isn't not.
I mean, you're not rebutting anything I'm saying, though. I mean,
there's nothing on the scale. It's just a
we're schooling you. It's called. You've been taken to school. The class is in session. There's never an argument with the teacher.
By the way, Chan, can I cook right quick?
No, go ahead. You go after.
Hold on. Let me finish this last point because I want to address something he did mention talking about you didn't see Ali. I never said Ali was the greatest. I just brought up the fact that there's a comparison of why he was out of boxing. So if you really ask me, am I based on my eyes, I would say Mike Tyson because that's who I saw fight. But that's the thing about it. So like, you can't talk about even let's understand back in our day we used to have like you guys got YouTube, you can go watch the fights and actually see how good these dudes are, but you guys don't even do that. You just look at Bob and read this little thing. Oh, he had 3 losses against this guy and he only has 2 stars. It's like, bro, come on, man.
Them man there well beat. Them man there cleared out divisions. Them man there are ATGs. Them man there not long lasting reigning cokeheads. Some of them did coke afterwards. But listen, they're ATGs. Tyson Fury ain't no AT Ross Clark G. He ain't. So you know,
I agree. He's a journeyman. He's a journeyman. Okay, cool.
Who's a journeyman? Who's a journeyman?
Fury. I mean, according to you guys, Tyson Fury.
No, he's not a journeyman. But we're not licking and sucking his ball bags, Jimmy, and teabagging him like you are. And you don't like.
All I said is Tyson Fury. Lennox Lewis's resume is not that great. He beat a washed-up Holyfield.
Stats and data.
Bro, that's bullshit, man.
Facts matter. So if we're going to have a conversation, we have to agree that there's some things that are just true. Facts and data matter.
And you don't have none. Do you know what I mean? When you're unqualified. When you're talking about Riddick Bowe wasn't this and Risen Bowe was that, and then we had to show you.
The lie detector test
Riddick Bowe's got
that
one win.
Bro, it doesn't matter if he's got one win. You've got none. You've been
Chan, can I cook right quick?
Every time you come with this shit, you've got no wins. You've been 10-8'd. You TKO'd. You're knocked out. You've retired on the stool. And I respect that you keep coming back, but you're not. Please go and do your due diligence. Go and do your own work, and then when you come back more qualified, I'm sending you off to do your own work because, like, we ain't got the time always having classes in session. Drop a couple super chats. Drop a couple super chats, and maybe we'll have the time. I'll spread it with the fellas. At least it'll pay for them schooling you. It'll be a part of your tuition. Until then, there's no free education over here. If you don't know something, keep your gob shut. Ask a question. We'll give you some knowledge because knowledge is already key. And let's queue up LadyChann. I already tried to tell you this ages ago. Yes, knowledge is Ras class. Knowledge is key. And we'll be all good. Anyway, the knowledge is back in the Buddhism.
Okay. Yeah, I had to say this. You know me. You know me, Lennox Lewis. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all. Yeah.
Thank you, AA.
Oh yeah. Always. And look, like my man said, Lennox Lewis fought the best fighters during his time, and the 2 losses he got, he beat them both, and that's all you need to know.
Thank you very much. Shouts out to AA. He's left the Buddhism. Jimmy, aren't you bored? Are you bored of getting all this multiple concussions? We're going to have to put you on a ban so you can heal because you keep coming back unhealed. You're not allowed to spar. Well, and when you are allowed to spar, know that you're going to have to go to them idiot channels. You know, the light touches. You know, they'll give you a little tap here and there. This is heavyweights round here, love. This is undisputed round here.
What would you say?
Go ahead, AJ. I forgot you wanted to rain down on him as well.
All right, so
I'm banking here, aren't I? It's a terrible beating Jimmy's taking. I mean, my point can't get rebutted, but I'm taking a beat.
Can I talk?
you not looked at the comments? Have you not looked at when I have posted you? You have taken a terrible beating, but because you're not realizing that it's a terrible beating, because the beatings, the trauma and the concussion is in the building. You need to fucking heal. You're not realizing that how much.
I must be obsessed with this spanking I'm getting. I just keep getting. I just keep going.
You don't have no stats and you don't have no data, and there's nothing that you can say otherwise. Your opinion means nothing. It means nada because you don't have any stats. You don't have any facts. You don't have it. Your opinions are plenty. That you know, a lot of people got opinions, Jimmy. And I'm not saying that you can't have your opinion, but when you're being schooled and you're coming with, you're presenting an opinion.
By what? You're saying Klitschko was old, but Mike Tyson was young. Come on, man.
It's a fact. You weren't even born. You weren't even around in the glory days. And
I wasn't around during the Roman Empire, which doesn't mean it wasn't around.
They ain't even done the due diligence to go and check and really, like what King of King just said, to really go and scope stuff. We weren't about when Ali was about, but guess what? Our dads were. Our dads were. Our mums were. Our whoever's were. Do you know what I mean? So keep dropping on and off. It's annoying. Well, let's use this. Our dads were. Our parents were. Whoever's were. They was in the building, Jimmy. So we got schooled. We're only passing on this schooling to you. You know, you should thank us.
I disagree. I disagree, but hey, you know, everyone has their opinion. You know,
children always disagree. I've got my ones disagree, and you know, it doesn't matter. You get sent to the corner. So do you. So there's no difference. Go ahead, AJ.
Okay. He said, "All right. Well, this is probably going to fall on deaf ears, but you claim, Jimmy, that Lennox Lewis' resume wasn't that good because you account him to fighting a washed up Holyfield and a washed up Mike Tyson." Well, I kind of agree about Tyson. He was past it. He still fought him and beat him decisively. But Holyfield, he had 3 losses, 2 against the same guy. Riddick Bowe, no shame in that, which was probably one of the greatest heavyweight trilogies of all time that we've ever seen. So, and he had another loss to Michael Bora, who he knocked out in the rematch and avenged that loss. And he's going into the Lewis fight with 2 belts as a unified champion. So 3 losses at the time.
Was a heavyweight champion, got defeated by George Foreman and to be taken out. Like, stop it, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, and furthermore, to continue, if you equate him to just fighting a washed up Holyfield and Tyson, but even before he fought those guys, he still had a lot of great wins. He had Razor Ruddock, who went to war with Mike Tyson 2 times. It was probably seen as the most dangerous heavyweight next to Tyson. He wiped the floor with him in 2 rounds. Even though he lost to Oliver McCall, he avenged that loss. He fought Ray Mercer in a slugfest, beat him. Tony Tucker, who only had 1 loss at the time, to Tyson on points, which was still a good win, gave him his 2nd loss. And I could go on. I mean, it's like
class is in session. Jimmy, we're spending a lot of time schooling you, honey bun. We've got we thank you, AJ, for those stats, facts.
CHANN, I just wanted to ask him something before I wrap up. I just want to ask Jimmy something. So there's something I'm actually curious about. So whose resume would you say is better, Lennox Lewis's or Tyson Fury's?
Right now, Lennox Lewis is a better resume, a heavyweight.
So you do agree that he does have a better resume than Tyson Fury? You do agree with that?
Well, my whole argument was if he beats Usyk, though, and becomes undisputed. But you guys are arguing about something and points I never made, though. You guys are so emotionally angry. You guys hate Tyson Fury so much.
I'm countering the fact that you said that Lennox Lewis's resume wasn't that good.
Yeah, you keep saying that we're angry. That's your way to deflect. Like,
Did you hold it on the phone, though?
Well,
she was screaming at me.
No, maybe she was angry, but don't plot. It's not plural.
Like, well, we're not. We're fine, bro.
If she wants to be angry, she can be. At the end of the day, when someone's annoying, sometimes people get angry and hurt. You know,
Jimmy, I'm a sexy bitch, my man.
And CHANN, by the way, not to mention one more thing.
I'll let Sue chat. Go ahead, AJ.
Apologies, sorry.
Go ahead.
You can read it right quick. Go ahead.
Okay. Always goes down on the weekly wrap-up Shiggity show. Jimmy's like, why do I keep coming here?
Hate it.
No, I like coming here, LadyChann. I'm cool with you, man.
I know. Jimmy, I'm sexy, bitch. My man ain't
I like you, Chan. Nice. I don't know why.
Okay. Here's my segue. Like, who remembers Andrew Galata? Anybody?
Of course.
Oh, I love Andrew Galata. That's my guy.
He's the one who mollywopped Riddick Bowe 2 times and disqualified himself.
That went a bit mad. That one.
Yeah. Who mollywopped Riddick Bowe, was close to beating him 2 times, got himself disqualified. But he went into the Lennox Lewis fight. Is the massive favorite. Lewis chinned him in a round. Easy, done.
Yeah, a monster. Yeah. That's true. There, Jimmy. It's game upon game upon game upon game. You should be thanking us. In the comments when I finish this show, send me a super thanks.
I will do. I will do.
Yeah, because this is and rewatch this. Be back in playback, gang. You know, keep this in the
five. It's 5-on-1 though. I can hardly get a point out though, to be honest.
No, because it's 5-on-1. It'd be 1-on-1. You'd be 10-8'd. It'd be every one of us have 10-8'd you. Every one of us.
No, I can barely get a sentence out. Look, I'm saying this though. Lennox Lewis had a good career.
Unconscious, they can't speak.
By the way, I just want to thank Tyson Fury for giving us 2 trilogies that no one asked for. I mean, no one was asking it. We were even at. We wanted AJ and Wilder. That's what we wanted to see. But instead, we got him and Fury.
Undefeated Usyk is a better win. An undefeated Usyk, who's at the height of his powers, is way better than Holyfield, who'd at that time been been in a lot of wars.
Are you kidding me?
Bro, he's still continuing.
Now that's why I disagree with you, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is where I disagree with you. Don't get me wrong. Let me say this. Hold up. Let me disagree with you. Usyk is still new to heavyweight division. He doesn't have those type of people on his resume. He just doesn't. Don't get me wrong. He's a great fighter. And what he did at cruiserweight was amazing. But Holyfield is 2-time undisputed. It's just, even if Usyk was the level of people are just different. I'm sorry. You can't even argue that, even if he do have losses. Look who he got in there with.
Evander Holyfield had a heart condition.
Are you basing
bro?
What you're saying don't make.
It's like, bro,
I give up.
I watched the documentary. I watched the documentary.
I'm done. I can't. Yeah, I'm done.
I'm done. I give up.
So what if he did? Tyson Fury's a cokehead. What's your point?
When Lennox Lewis beat Evander Holyfield, he was in his prime.
What's your point? He's mentally unhealthy. What's your point? What's
Lennox
your point? That fighters are not.
Holyfield wasn't in his prime. Yeah, no, he wasn't in his prime though. That's what I'm saying.
Who cares? For you to pick out someone that because they've got something wrong with them, that makes you low. And now I am angry. Fuck out of here with that.
It wasn't a good win though.
We don't care. We don't care now. We don't care. You chatting shit, and you need to fall the fuck back. Fuck's sake. Clutching at fucking straws just to win. You're not winning. You can't beat us. Stop. Be quiet. Does anybody in your family have a heart condition? You better hope not. Because when karma rally backs and slaps a heart attack on someone in your family, are we supposed to go, well, you know, Jimmy gets on our nerves and anyway, he's people them and someone...
No, I'm saying Evander Holyfield had health issues heading into the Lennox Lewis fight.
Jimmy, he had a heart condition, but he was cleared to fight when he came back. He was cleared to fight, and he was fine.
And that's even more commendable that he did it. That was something he couldn't help. Somebody sniffing up copious amounts of cocaine and shooting up nandrolone and talking about they ate pig meat, Jimmy. Is that to be gratified? Jimmy, fall back. You've annoyed me. Be quiet. Stop. We're moving on. You're not, yet again, keep showing how unqualified you are. I wasn't angry before, but now I am. Congratulations. Anyway.
Yeah, moving
next on the docket list.
Jeez. Wow. You know them ones, it's just a wow. Next on the docket list is the fights that happened at the weekend.
Yes, Tszyu versus Harrison.
Yes, already.
Chan, did you see it?
Unfortunately, Al Heyman don't like us yet again.
Hey, well, if you want to cook AJ, I'll follow you up. Whatever you want to do, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, Jimmy. You know you had to leave the builders in, because when it comes to other bits of boxing, you don't seem to ever stay on panels when it's that. Yeah, sit down.
I'm wondering if he ever even saw those fights that I mentioned with Lennox.
No, he didn't, man.
No, we don't care. See, he has to sit his ass down.
He said Webipedia, bro. He said he looked at Webipedia, bro. Like, there's not, like, to me,
this for a blood
whatever.
clot.
Fish in a barrel, he's a rap. So anyway,
Yeah.
speaking of this weekend's action,
Mm-hmm.
so you know,
Tszyu finally arrived. He won in spectacular fashion, I might add. Good fight. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks. I saw that you showed me the highlight knockout, tucking in Harrison over them ropes, mate. Jimmy, if this is you in the private chat, just allow me.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, them copious amounts of uppercuts. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
That ref was an idiot. That ref should have stopped it sooner.
Yeah,
that part where he was just teeing off on him. You know, part of me is like, this is the thing that I like. Harrison, like, well, I mean, starting from the beginning. Okay, so Tim Tszyu. This is a funny part. Like him, the Charlo hurting his hand was a good thing. I felt like he needed this fight. This was a significant, like he needed a real step up fight from his prior competition.
I agree, 100%.
And so this really legitimized him. And on top of it, I think it heightened. I think he's dangerous now. I think his confidence is raised because the questions had been there for him. You know, he's not oblivious to reality. But yeah, the fight, man, like Harrison, like I said, that portion to me, I'm like, Harrison, I'm like, dude, take a knee, and he was just getting battered. But I don't really put that on the ref because the ref overall did a good job. Barely noticed he was there. That's the type of ref I like. Just be there, but don't fucking interfere. He could have waved it off even when he got up, but he made him walk and then he waved off. He made a good decision. But dang, Harrison was just getting clipped over and over again. He was in a bad way. They could have easily waved that off.
I mean, because like the thing with the thing when Tony slumped into the ropes, like when he, and that's when like I thought the ref was gonna call it, or at least like, you know, give him a standing counter to do something. But like he's just standing there and Tim is wailing on him, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, are you gonna stop the fight or what? But he just waited till he fully got dropped.
Yeah, it was a sacrifice. Look, you know, overall, Tszyu, like I said, he's legit. Like, man, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of spotty about him, but now. Here's a few things that I noticed people brought up is the size of the ring that had shit to do with this fight. Harrison wasn't using no lateral movement anyway. He was just stepping back and leaning on the ropes anyway. I mean, that's one of my pet peeves about boxing. I don't know why we don't have a standard ring size. It's stupid, but okay, whatever. But no, he kind of, you know, Tszyu has a good motor on him. He's one of them dudes that as the fight goes on, he warms up, which is always dangerous for a pressure fighter.
He seems to get stronger as the rounds pass, I think.
Yeah, exactly. He has a solid chin. I know, you know, guys get dropped, you get clipped occasionally, but the dude, it's not like he has a pretty good chin. He tracked Tony Harrison down, and like I said, after the fight, he's supremely confident, man. And I love the crowd, the whole atmosphere. It was a good scrap, man.
It was, yeah.
Sorry. Shouts out to AA for dropping that $2 on your girl. Jimmy, you worth $2. And really, you're overpaid. Fucking hell. Disrespect is in the building. Oh, Jim. What you did. Go ahead.
Not because like also it's like I also noticed thing like Tim, he actually showed really good defense in his fight. Like he did a real good job of slipping and blocking a lot of Tony's punches. While he did get hit a few times with his jab, like he slipped a lot of stuff, like really nicely. He did, and so his defense was a highlight. Also, he showed very calculated pressure in there. He picked the shots well, and his hand speed was very deceptive. He had it was very quick with the explosive with his punches. So you know, but before this fight, I agree with KOK. This fight was pretty much a blessing in disguise. I believe this was a fight he needed because when he was going to fight Jamel, I thought he wasn't ready. But you know, what better than fighting the guy who handed Jamel his only loss and beating him and stopping him? So, not that hopefully it's next, man. Can't wait to see it.
Let me just address Jimmy, the bully. You need to change that. Jimmy got schooled. Too much emotion. Jimmy the student. That's what I'm going to call you from now on. So Jimmy the student. Too much emotion, screaming and cutting me off using zero facts.
What?
I'm the bad guy because I'm using facts. Yeah, you used the fact that he had a heart condition. What's your point? Like, is there a fact that anybody in your family is dead, Jimmy? Is it a fact that someone in your family is going to be dead? Is that a fact? It's a fact.
I mean, he left out the part where
Did it need to be said? It's a fact though, right? Okay. So, Jimmy, I would advise you. You know me. Don't push my buttons because I'll desecrate your whole molecular structure and your whole family lineage, whether you want to call it emotion or whatever. Yes, I will get disrespectful. Leave me alone. If you want your family's respect, and I can dent your emotions as well, very deeply, very deeply. I do that easy. I do that in my sleep. Jimmy, I'm built for this. You're not. Stop. What I said's a fact. Stand by. See, you have to go wicked on them and tell them about people in their family going to be dropping down like flies. Is that a fact? Yeah, it is. You know. And everyone go, yo, you're bad. Yeah, I am. Just let me be nice. It's easier. Go ahead.
Yeah, and while you're doing, like I said, I don't know what you're talking about because I felt like everybody was very factual. But while you're doing your searches with boxing, go look up the word humble. Maybe you'll learn something. Because
why don't you go watch the fights? They're all on YouTube, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. It's so many. It's so much. The thing about it is, it's cool. Look, man, it's cool to want to make a point, have an opinion, but when you just concede and be quiet, sometimes, like even now you're in the chat, just sending a bunch of messages.
You're in the chat chatting. You're in the chat chatting. You had to fall back because you got schooled, and you had to drop out. You couldn't just drop out gracefully. It's not the Fury fanboys didn't break me. They I tell you what they did. They shoved their dicks up your ass, though. You're broken. You've been assimilated. That's what it looks like to me. Your butt has been assimilated, Jimmy. Your behind has been broken. I'm not broken. I'm fine. You just don't like being schooled. It's nothing about too emotional.
I mean, and even if Vander Holyfield, he did have a heart condition.
Nobody turned anybody. Sorry, AJ. Nobody's turned anyone against you, Jimmy. I used to desecrate you before all of these lot was even on my panel. What are you talking about? Don't you remember? And even when AJ was first come around and year and a half ago, and you was there, Jimmy, 2 years ago. You still got desecrated. We did good stuff, and when you chatted shit, you got called out on it. Nobody's turning anyone against you. You don't like it when I'm mean, see? You don't like it, do you? But what I said was a fact. I'm not turning against you, but what I said is a fact. If I don't know something, I ask. You just need to learn to be quiet. You go from panel to panel for real, and you get desecrated. But them lot, I don't know what even not they're desecrating you on because they don't have no stats, facts, and data. My panel's an all-star lineup with stats, facts, and data. This is above your pay grade, is what I'm saying. So when you've got the privilege to be amongst greatness, you need to show some humility. Shut your mouth and you learn.
I'm sorry. I'm about to time him out. He's killing the conversation. I'm sorry. He is killing everything. It's getting annoying.
We are friends, Jimmy. What do you mean be friends again? Like we're not friends. We're still friends. You're the king of free smoke. This isn't free smoke. Free smoke isn't dealt with facts, stats, and data. It's not. People ramble and shout over. This isn't the channel for free smoke. That's why when you come over here, your free smoke leaves the BIILLDDIIZZIIN. You come here because you know you can't do nothing but be respectful. Because otherwise, you know how Queen Chan, I don't play. You know this. So I couldn't care less about your free smoke. If you want to come on and do free smoke, I can give you 5 minutes on the clock where you can just free smoke. You want to do 5 minutes of free smoke? Hey, let me.
Can y'all hear me? Because I'm having problems with my connection.
Yeah, we can now.
Hey, Jimmy, here's the thingy. Here's the thingy. Go ahead, King of Free Smoke. Come on, free smoke us. Please free smoke us. Just come on and free smoke. Click the link. If you're not going to click the link and free smoke anybody, I don't want to see you chatting nothing in the chat. And if you do, I'm just not even going to address it. So that's your options. Those are your only 2 options. Come on, do the free smoke. Take a rebuttal afterwards. Leave. Or stay in the chat and just be cordial. Or don't chat at all. Pick which one. No? Okie dokes. Right, so moving along swiftly. You didn't want it. Go back to where we was. Can't let him just be swaying up. No, there's not women. It's just not women on the show, babes. Can't you see there's men on there as well? Forget it. Go. Just go elsewhere, Jimmy. Go elsewhere. Go on. Let's go back to Tszyu and XYZ because Jimmy's trying to sway the show.
Chan, I'm gonna have to pull out. My audio is really bad.
Is it? No worries. Okay.
You hear me? Yeah, we got a nor'easter. Oh,
What's
you
that?
can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. I can't hear y'all that good. Oh, okay. Then I'll say I can't hear y'all. Oh, okay, good. It's like it's like computer love. That's what y'all sound like.
Computer love.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's what y'all sound like. This is crazy. I had to take it off this is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna just be on mute.
We can hear you good. We've got All Positive Network in the building. Ding, 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 ding. What up, Ian?
How you doing? I just
your audio's trash.
Oh, my audio's trash right now?
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
Wow. Sound like you're on an old black and white TV, bro. Move your antennas around.
Sound like Houston, we have a problem. These men are cucks. Jimmy's still going
Yeah, my internet went out twice today. That's how crazy it is.
Jimmy's trying to go at you lot. I don't know if you want to address it before you go to this. Up to you. He's in the chat calling you names.
Like I said, Jimmy speaks for himself, man. Like, dude, quit exposing your pussy, bro. Just like let it go. Like, what? Like, sit there and say somebody's emotional, but you're like slinging names and disappearing. And bro, it is what it is, man. Like, everybody can have a difference of opinion. Some is based on the reality, and some is based on Wikipedia or where the fuck. Like, bro, like this.
Yeah.
Just bow out. Like, it's funny to me, man. Everybody needs to learn time. Like, when you just need to take an L, there's nothing wrong with that. You'll never be undefeated. You've been taking L's, so just bow out. Let LadyChann have her show. Shouts out to the chat. I'm out.
Oh, are you leaving?
Good night.
Hey, y'all be easy. Yeah.
All right. See you later.
Shouts out to
be safe over there, Lisa.
KOK.
Have a blessed evening, KOK.
Let's talk about.
I live in New Jersey. Somebody asked. There's a bad storm here.
Okay, let's talk about. Oh yeah, I did see it. And there's one. There's a flood where AJ is as well. Well, I don't know if it's where AJ is, but there is a flood in Cali. Seems like all the weather's just going pear shaped. Okay, so Tim. Oh, there you are. All positive. Are you back? Let me hear you because I keep hearing that. This is how you sound.
Yeah. How's that? Is good?
Oh God, no.
Still
What's
back?
happened? What phone are you using?
I guess it's because I probably gotta restart the phone.
Yeah, restart it. Come back again, please do. Shouts out.
He sounds like he's using auto-tune.
Word up. Everybody sang.
Wave your hands in the air.
We don't fire. Do you dance? Do you dance? Do you funky dance?
Tell me what's the word? No, sorry. Gotta love that song. Sorry.
Me too. We've got Bold in the building. What up, dog? Ding, ding,
Hey,
ding,
Bold.
ding. Oh God! What a day! What a day!
Hey, Bo.
Hey, what's up, fellas? I see that you were still on. I came by because I heard the guy Jimmy was on here trying to bring all the smoke and whatnot. So
You know, he's on Canelo's nuts like that too sometimes. It's funny.
God, he needs to stop eating them nuts. It's bad. Yeah, he
yeah,
used to say
I was just talking to AA, man. I was like, yeah, man, Jimmy don't never let nobody talk, man. When he start talking, he like cutting people off and shit, you know. I'm like, damn, Jimmy. Like, you gotta let somebody breathe for a second, you know what I'm saying? Like,
stop. Damn, homie. I remember you used to be the man, homie. Yeah,
He
damn.
contradicts himself a lot too. He says he didn't say something, but we clearly heard him say it. So,
Oh,
like,
look, he said he'll jump on now. Look, it's funny now you want to jump on now. No, we've moved along, Jimmy. It's too late. You've hijacked.
I like your top, Lady Chan. I love Cheetah.
Cheetah print.
Or is that leopard? Oh, yeah, I love that.
Leopard or cheetah? Yeah. All right. Do you want
the Lion Queen?
Lion Queen is in the building. Jimmy, I don't know. Jimmy wants to jump on. Do you guys want to speak to Jimmy? Go
it's
ahead,
up to you.
Jim.
You should call, Chan. You call.
Oh, go ahead, Jim. Click the link.
It's up to you, Chan.
Link, and then we can just wrap it up and go on to Tim. So finish that off. God, go ahead, Jim. Hurry up, Jimmy, and make sure all devices are connected.
Anyway, Zoo Harrison, right? Before you get told, so
go ahead while we're waiting for him because he's taking long. He says he's jump on, but yeah, the devices is come on, Jimmy. Go ahead. So yeah, we want to go with also that Tim Tszyu fighting Mel Charlo. There he is. King. No, like I said, device is not connected. Oh, there they are. Now they're connected. Jimmy is in the building. Hurry up.
Good evening. How you guys doing, man? How's it going, Chan?
You got your free smoke. Hurry up.
No, you know what it is, man. It's not even that, man. I don't like arguing with you, man. I don't know why you keep putting me in this position.
Let me just do you on the clock. I'll give you
who my
2.
free smoke?
Hang on, wait. Let me give you 2 minutes. Hey Siri. Countdown timer, 2 minutes.
Okay, so who am I free smoking? Because I don't like free smoking women. So if it's any of the cucks on the panel that are running their fucking mouths on me, I'm here, man. What's good?
Go ahead, shoot your shot, Jimmy. Shoot your shot.
Well, I mean, you had a lot to say when I was in the channel. What's good, bro? What's up?
What's up? Ain't nothing. What's going on? How you been?
I mean, you always sit back like cheerleaders. Yeah, Chan, tell him off. I'm like, who are these fucking cucks? I was like, you know what? Let me be polite. You know, I told LadyChann I'll chill. It's not a free smoke
First
zone.
of all,
but what's good, bro?
Jimmy, I know you're not talking
come
about
on,
me
Lisa,
because I didn't say not one word.
No, Lisa, nah, you're a woman. I don't. We're cool, Lisa.
I didn't say not one
We're
word.
cool, man. I got love for you. No, Lisa, I got respect for you, man. Why are you making it awkward for me? I don't one of the dudes, man. Not you. Nah, I got respect for you, Lisa, man.
Question. Jimmy, who's your top 5 heavyweights of all time?
My top 5 heavyweights of all time.
Hey, Jimmy, before you go, Jimmy, a little rumor, Jimmy, said that you had Tyson Fury as the #1 guy.
Well, I mean, this is why I keep telling you, bro. Stop believing bitch gossip and get yourself a better crowd of friends.
No. I just want you to confirm that for me, Jimmy. I just want you to confirm that for me.
Anyway, so what was the question? Who's my top 5? I'd say Muhammad Ali's #1. So Muhammad Ali's #1. So Mike Tyson's #2. #3, I'd say is George Foreman. #4, it becomes tough, you know. #4, I say Joe Louis. And #5, I said probably Evander Holyfield, but I put him in like more of a pound for pound sense because of how small he was and how like he was even killed with a lot of the super heavyweights and just his longevity and overall body of work.
Now, Jimmy, hey, I understand that's your top 5, but I do have a question. What makes you put Mike Tyson at number 2?
I have a question for you, bro. Why being so friendly when I'm on the panel? Because you're running your fucking mouth when I was in the chat. What's good, man?
Hold on. I just came on the panel.
Put some bass in your voice and turn up.
Jimmy, let me tell you something. I just came on the panel. Don't come at me talking
What
shit.
you do? You put my name in your mouth. What's good?
Yeah. Jimmy. Want me to keep saying your name? Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy.
What's good, man?
What's up, Jimmy?
The 2 minutes about to go. Come on, man. What's good?
Okay.
Hey,
is he talking about me? Is it me? Or I wasn't
No,
really
I guess he talked about me. He said I was
one of you talks, man.
All of you.
Birds of a fucking feather.
Hey, Jimmy. Check this out, Jimmy.
Get to the motherfucking point. We on the clock.
Jimmy, you're not the boss here, Jimmy. Let me tell you something, Jimmy. Don't get on the computer and start acting tough, Jimmy. If you wanna,
I'll slap the bitch out of you. Shut up, ho.
Oh, Jimmy, how you gonna do that, Jimmy? Are you gonna reach across the
Oh,
computer?
wow. Oh,
You
wow.
gonna come through the? You gonna
Come on, that's uncalled for, man. That's uncalled for.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's calm down.
I'll do you how Nigel Bendit G-Man. Listen, fly down to Heathrow Airport and I'll send you back on Nigel Bendit G-Man. What's good, bro?
Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy, how old are you, Jimmy? Jimmy, how old are you?
None of your motherfucking business. Are you looking for a date or are you looking for free smoke?
I mean, because it's easy to talk shit behind a computer, right? And nobody's not even.
I know, it feels fucking great, bro. It feels fucking great. It feels great talking shit behind the safety of my motherfucking keyboard. Come fucking do something about it.
Jimmy,
you don't want talking tough, Jimmy?
Because I get this is great clip.
Jimmy, you don't want talking tough, bro.
Man, you love having my name in your mouth, man. It makes me think you want something else in it.
Okay, hey Jimmy, want me to keep saying your name, Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. You want me
to
keep
my
saying
name or do you want something else in your mouth? You come across as fucking sweet.
Jimmy, how old are you, Jimmy?
None of your motherfucking business.
Because you coming up here kind of hostile and shit. we talking boxing. You coming out here like you trying to box somebody. What's up,
guess
Jimmy?
what? I spit on the pussy. Hey, guess what? I spit on the pussy before I fuck it. It is what it is, bro. What's good?
Jimmy, please, Jimmy. Just calm your nerves, man. Go take a chill pill. Go get some rest.
Keep begging.
Have a glass of warm milk. Go have a glass of warm
Jimmy.
milk, my guy. Go have a glass of warm milk, man.
All right, man. All right, well, the cups are done. Let's get back to boxing, man. That's it, man. The cut-free zone.
Have some hot chocolate.
Jimmy's outnumbered. Guess what? Jimmy's always outnumbered. He ain't never outgunned. It's like David Hay in a press conference with Chisora and all his boys rolled up. It don't fucking matter, bro. I ain't outgunned.
Jimmy, what are you talking about, Jimmy? Are you all right, man?
You good? Do you good? For real? Like, are you okay?
You know what, man? I'm just gonna keep it real, man. This isn't even free smoke. Like, I'm attacking you guys. You guys are just cut out. Yeah, man. Let's just get back to boxing, man. This shit is getting weird.
Yeah, but you attacked
you made it weird.
Because Jimmy, these are grown men, respectful grown men. Who's not gonna come at you like that?
We ain't in our 20s, my guy. Like, so
these are grown ass men.
Okay, Lisa.
Jimmy, your free smoke was for you to be on free smoke, but then you had to leave the panel. You can't disrespect people and then think you're just gonna hang. No, you got to leave now.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, shouts out.
Oh. Yeah, that wasn't weird.
Try and do all of that, and then go. Let's get back to boxing. But we tried to do boxing when you was on here, and you didn't let us. So I told you can have your free smoke.
Hey, he came in here on fire.
I know he's got.
And what the hell? Like, wait, what the hell was that? Like
withdrawals. He needs the free smoke. He can't do the mature boxing talk. Maybe it's just too grown over here for you, Jimmy. It might be too grown over for you, son. It ain't one of the Alphabet Money channels. We're talking about Alphabet Money, Alphabet Dummy.
My man said fly. He said fly on the plane, fly over there.
Yeah, I know. You guys handled that just how it needed to be. Just being a petulant kid.
Shame you didn't say it to me. I would have actually flown over. No, I'm kidding. No.
Yeah.
No.
We were just singing Word Up and everything by Cameo. We was happy, Jimmy. We was happy. We still are. Anyway, so Tim Tszyu fighting Jamel Charlo. Where does it
Let's hear Bold's take. Bold, what you think about it? You saw the fight?
Yeah. What do you think about the Tszyu fight with Harrison?
Man, I think I only gave Harrison like 2 rounds, to be honest with you. To me, I just think he put the pressure on him and walked him down. You know, Tony Harrison, it's like when he fight pressure fighters, he just like folds.
Yeah. I had high hopes for him though. I thought maybe he could pull out something like the jab doing what his jab does. I don't know. I mean,
the jab was landing. He was landing the jab.
But is it just the constant pressure on him?
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah,
and that's where that's where Tim thrives, because he thrives on pressure. So that was a strong point. But by the way, Chan, like I my prediction stuck. I picked Tim mid to late. How'd you have it? Did you pick Tim or Tony?
I didn't. I honestly didn't really make a pick on that one. I didn't.
Okay.
I'm not in a prediction, but I didn't even do a predict. I just was like, I'd like Tony to get the win. I could see that Harrison could get the win, but but I knew that Tim Tszyu was definitely the favorite, so I was just like, yeah, oh yeah, we need that. This is what happens. Yeah, Jimmy, this is Alter it. There you go. Go ahead. Yeah. So.
By the way, Lisa, I know you picked Tony, but Bold, who'd you pick?
I picked Tony.
Who'd you pick, Bold?
I said it was a 50-50 fight going into the fight, but obviously you talking about between Tony and Tszyu?
Yeah. Did you make a pick or no?
Nah, I never made a pick.
Okay.
Who did you lot pick? A lot of people. Some people picked Harrison. Some people picked Tszyu.
I picked Tim mid. I picked Tim mid to late. So
yeah. What did you pick, Lassis? Did you go with Harrison to outpoint?
I picked Tony based on his last performance, but not really looking at Tim. So I knew that Tim was more of a pressure fighter, and Tony just wasn't using the ring. They claimed the ring was small, but it looked big to me.
I didn't notice that.
So yeah, he wasn't. Huh?
What size ring was it? What foot size?
I don't know. But everybody, I need to look that up. But they claim that the ring was small. The ring looked big to me. He wasn't using his lateral movement. He kept.
You kept letting Tim put him up against the ropes, which I didn't like. So
yeah, he was on the ropes all the time. He should have stayed in the middle of the ring. And he doesn't. Tony was just using his jab. He wasn't using the right hand a lot, because we was watching it, me and Mark and us. And I thought maybe his right hand was injured or something. He keep one of the hands low, and then he just I don't know. It was weird. But he didn't use any uppercuts or anything. It was just weird.
Wonder if he walked.
But shouts out to Tim Tszyu.
Maybe he walked in there with an injury. Maybe he did.
Well, I mean, Tim Tszyu. I mean, I know a lot of people were making videos talking. You know, they had their own little agenda. Oh, he ain't fight nobody and all that other stuff. But you could see that the man is, you know, he's obviously good. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that improved it right there.
I know Tim is a good fighter. He's a good fighter now. That's good for you. So.
Yeah, I've seen him fight before, but I have only seen him like in 3 fights maybe.
Yeah, he got dropped by that last fight.
Gashane. Yeah. After he got up, he beat the shit out of that dude for the rest of the fight. He beat the brakes off his ass.
Terrell Gashale, I think his name was. What's up, my sister as well?
Right.
What's up, AJ, my bar?
What up, Jet?
Hey, what's going on, Jet?
What up, Jet Star? What's up, fam?
What's going on?
Yeah, he didn't move much. Yeah, he didn't move much. Yeah, he didn't move much. Did you see the fight, Jeddy?
Yeah. To me, I think Tim Tszyu, Yeah, he did impress me. I think what impressed me the most was the timing on his right hand was the best I'd ever seen it. So I was impressed with how he was timing Harrison's jab with that right hand. It was not as good as his father's right hand, but it wasn't too far off, you know. And also one thing about Tim Tszyu, every fight, his opposition hasn't been world class, but he always does a great job of cutting the ring and putting a lot of pressure on his opponents. That's something I've always noticed when I've watched him. And I think with Harrison, who's always had a bit of stamina issues, and maybe not the most durable, I think Tim Tszyu just wore him out, you know, and him not being very active, 2 fights in 3-4 years.
Inactive, yeah,
I think
Tony's fought once in like the last 3 years. He has.
Yeah, I think in hindsight, yeah, Tim Tszyu was just a bad matchup. But I'm still impressed because I didn't think Tim Tszyu would stop Harrison because Tim Tszyu's never been a good finisher. He didn't finish Tszyu, you know, and he landed heaps of punches. So I was impressed that Tim finished Harrison. It was definitely a statement.
The greatest, so
it's not.
He's been knocked out in all of his. He's been stopped in all his losses.
That's true, but Tim can't really punch usually. But I think Tim's timing and stuff was a bit better this fight, you know, because Tim's always been a bad finisher. So
yeah, I agree.
I've seen him. I've seen him fight front row. Tim couldn't finish a slice of pizza in some of the fights I've seen.
You've got a bad chin like that, and you've just been taking all those uppercuts, and they was all in a row. You're gonna go.
Well, that's why I was impressed, sis, because like I said, Tim's usually not a clinical finisher like that. He really rushes his work. He misses a lot of. So I think Tim's jab to me looked better, and even he's still stiff and he doesn't move his head much, but his blocks and parries were more on point, you know. So I think he did level up, you know. I like what I saw from him.
Yeah, Jed, I like this defense in this fight. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was better, wasn't it, AJ? Before he just pretty much had his hands down, took punches, you know. Still think he needs to move his head more, you know. There's definitely work to be done. But with the Charlo fight, before this fight, I thought he would just get Lubin, like Charlo would just knock him out early. After this, I still would favor Charlo, but it's more interesting to me now. I actually am looking forward to it.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, pressure fight against the geezer that can box and punch.
Boxer puncher, yeah. So
boxer puncher, yeah.
Gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, we've got a new player at 154 and an exciting match now.
What have they got? 100? Is it them? They've got 180 days to make the fight or something. Yeah, 180 days for them to make the fight. What's that clicking? 180 days to make the fight between Tszyu and Charlo, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they'll make it because I think it's the best. Makes sense for both fighters. So I think it should be made with not much problem.
Yeah,
I think Jamel should go to Australia for it. Honestly,
no, he said he's not. He said he's not.
Damn.
No, I think it'll be in Vegas because I think Tim Tszyu wants that big fight in Vegas. So I think both lads want it in the US. So I think it will go there.
Oh,
but
nice.
it would do big numbers if it did come here. But I think it will go to America.
That's what I'm saying.
Vegas,
I mean, like, I think it'll be bigger if it was in Australia. But I don't think Jamel will travel. So
no, and I think Tim wants to go to
the US, then yeah, even better.
Yeah, that's it. I think Tim wants a Vegas or New York. You know, Madison Square, some big event there.
What is that noise?
I'm on mute.
Is it whose phone is that? I know Lisa's muted. Yes, it's scratchy sound. And also I want to give a shouts out and congratulations to Carlos Takam in the BIILLDDIIZZIIN.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see it, man. I missed that.
Shouts out to Takam.
Yeah, I got to rewatch. I heard he pulled it off. Nice.
He pulled it off. They tried to rob him though.
Oh, God.
Decision. He basically won. I had him 8-2, Takam.
No. He won that many rounds?
Yeah, they had it 96-94, 2 judges. And one judge obviously had Tony Yoka winning. That was...
What?
No, it weren't that close. And there was no way that you could make Tony Yoka be the winner of that fight. Tony Yoka looked flat. Tony Yoka looked scared. He was backpedaling. He was on the back foot. The whole entire 10 rounds. I gave him 2 rounds. You know, if that. It was bad. His punch selection weren't doing it. His jab was basically weak and meek when it was in existence.
And Martin McCauley took his soul, it looks like.
Yeah, Martin McCauley took his whole entire... I just don't think he was... He's had periods of inactivity. He's only at what? He's only had... I thought he had more fights than he did. He's about... Look, he's already 15-2. Golden Olympian, and you're like 13-2 even.
Well, all gold medalists aren't created equal. So
yeah, they're not. It shows that. I mean, he just looked... I'm throwing Shona Yoka away. He's going in the trash.
He might just be a great amateur.
Yeah, he's just maybe a good amateur.
Damn. So that's 2 losses back to back on points. So he might get knocked out the next time he goes out there. Who knows?
And the thing, the geezer's 6'7". He's a big lad. He just didn't. I want you to watch that fight, mate. Because
okay, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, he wasn't fighting tall. He was trying to fight on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
And that worked right into what's the name? Takam advantage. I mean,
yeah.
I think I did see the first round. I mean, but Carlos was. It's like he showed her probably like his size. He was going to be a problem early on. Carlos, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, Carlos came.
He schooled him.
Carlos came in the ring. Had a rapper phone coming in the ring. Boy, he was pumped up.
Yeah,
he took that and beat the shit out of that man.
Just gave him them overhand rights, and then Carlos unloaded with some good combinations as well. Like he come with a left hook, right hook, straight up the middle with the uppercut, broke the guard of Yoka time and time again. I mean, Yoka got rumbled. Yoka just didn't have nothing.
He's going nowhere. He's going nowhere at this stage. I don't think he ain't.
Yeah. It's just he's a runner. He's a
after.
He's a runner. He's a track star. What's going on? Why are you running in a box ring? Do you know how to box?
I actually picked Tony on points. I thought he would have enough to just be. I mean, even though I wanted Carlos to win, I like Carlos, but I just thought, style wise,
I said that they're gonna. I said Tony Yoka probably, if it goes to points, they'll probably give it to Tony Yoka because they love to try and attempt to rob Takam.
They tried to rob McCauley last time.
And then what happened? Yeah, they didn't. They did try to rob Takam. Yeah. I don't understand why they keep doing that to the lads. They always keep trying to rob Takam, or they do.
Salute to Takam, though. This lad's a gangster. This guy's
one of the nicest guys that you'll have the pleasure of meeting. Like he's just, I'm glad he got the win. 42 years old. He ain't getting any younger, and he continues to fly on and push on. He's also
last time he broke Makhmudov's knockout streak. Remember that?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. That's he's fought everyone, bro. This lad has fought everyone the last 10 years.
His resume is epic. His resume. We're talking about who he's fought, the level of competition. He's fought everyone. And
hey, to be honest too, when he fought Joe Joyce, he was winning that fight.
He was,
and I thought the referee stopped that fight a little bit too early. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, that's a good point as well, bro. That's a great point.
I had it 5-0 or because it got stopped in round 6. So I had it I think I had it 4-1 up until the stoppage. I had Takam up 4-1 or 5, or winning all 5 of those rounds. And previously. And that ref, a ref knows, like referees know certain fighters' traits and style. So they know what fighters are a bit more durable. This one we'll just do a wave off because this one, he's an Amir Khan and he just gets sparked right out. There's no point of doing a count. It's just a wave off. This one gets up, but he's always on Bambi legs. So let me just give him the instructions and let's see that. But I'll give him if he makes the count, we'll see that. This one always gets up and, he's always on sturdy legs. This one, he don't really go down. And yet you just waved it off. Yeah, there was a flurry of punches. There was a lot of punches. But, I mean, Carlos Takam, if you watch back that Joe Joyce fight, he was defending himself. But maybe he had to learn a lesson that basically you're going to have to you do have to reply because not all referees are going to just be like, oh, it's Takam and we'll let it ride a bit, you know.
Was that
But
Steve Gray?
the referee should have let him either fall to the canvas and then do a count, you know. At least do it like that. Just didn't give Takam any credence at all. Yeah, it's bad. I was pissed off for him for that.
Was that Steve Gray?
Was it Steve Gray? I
Did
don't
I
think it was Steve Gray.
Well, not because he made a little bit of a name for himself this week. He was blown up on Twitter. Top. I'm sick and tired of these Steve Gray stoppages, and it was the Johnny Fisher. Yeah. Johnny Fisher was on the DAZN card this weekend, and I saw the clip and he rushed in and stopped the fight like too early again.
One was Steve Gray. It was Steve Gray. I'm not sure. You'd have to look, but the UK love do these early stoppages, mate. It's long. And this one
there's a lot of bad referees around the world. You know, it's a big problem in boxing. You know,
that's true. That's true. And this was in Paris, and this was a Parisian.
Even you know, going to amateur tournaments in my local area, people wouldn't believe how inept. You know, it's so easy to become a referee. It's crazy, you know.
Bollocks,
versus sport, you know.
Yeah, straight up bollocks. It was, But I'm so glad he got the win. But yes, they did try to rob him, and you know, and by giving him just a close win, like that, it was a disservice, and he's just blatantly being fucking disingenuous. We know Takam didn't beat him just by 2 rounds. Don't you dare say it was 6-4 Takam. No, it weren't. Takam I had it 8-2. And I don't believe anybody had it much different that I saw. So, but he got the win. He's called out Dillian White. That would be a good fight as well.
Why not?
Yeah, that's good. Why not?
This show he did call out Deontay Wilder. That would be Takam ducks no smoke. He just wants to keep going.
Dillian's not going to fight him though. So
maybe you never know if the money's right. If the money's right, I wouldn't discount it. I mean, Dillian hasn't got too many, you know, fights that you're curious about. I mean, why not? I don't see why that couldn't happen. If he's still under Eddie, Eddie could, you know, fling a little bit of money that way. But it depends how cost effective that fight is, because Dillian will want about 4 million, but he has to know his marquee value has dropped, so he couldn't command that like 4 million. You know, if you probably throw him about, you know, 2.5 or 2. He'd have to maybe suffice with that at the end of the day, and you get me, maybe just give Carlos. I don't know what Carlos goes for. So yeah, but I mean, it could work. You know, where's Dillian White going next? You can't be waiting for the AJ thing. It might not even happen. I mean,
going back to that Carlos fight. You know, it was funny out the whole situation is the commentators was even making fun of the other dude. It was like, man, I don't even know why he raising his hand. He clearly lost this fight. And even when one of the judges called it in his favor, the crowd was booing. Like, they all knew that dude lost the fight to Takam.
Well, probably just Tony thought they were going to give it to him. That's probably why. So
yeah, Tony thought, you know, he was going to get the hometown cooking.
It's kind of like when Canelo raised his hands after the Bivol fight. He thought like he was going to be given a decision.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. He thought he was going to get the hometown cooking, but he did to a degree. Gave him a boost more than what he was blatantly worth. But you know, such is life.
What's funny about that fight is, like, I joked that the judges were going to give him the first 4 rounds, and they actually did.
In what?
In the Canelo fight.
Yeah, they did.
The Canelo. They gave Canelo the first 4 rounds.
Yeah, can you believe that, AJ? That's a disgrace, brother. The first round.
I was kidding. I said it on Twitter. I was joking about that, and it actually did.
I know. Yeah, everyone, go watch the first round again, just the first round, and see. They actually give Canelo the first round, which is crazy. You know?
I know. It's crazy. But anyway, guys, we are really wrapping up on the weekly wrap-up show. It's coming to We did rock out for 3 hours in the Buddhism. So I would like to thank Bold for coming through in the Buddhism. Bold had to come through. Bold had to come through and do some schooling. Tell them where they can find you, Bold. You got a channel.
Oh yeah, I can find me on Bold and Understanding. I haven't it's kind of hard. I haven't been consistent putting out videos like that, but I try to do it whenever I can and whatnot. But if y'all can, please come subscribe, and I put something out there. I got to start doing some more lives too.
Yeah, get it done, Bold. Get it done. Shouts out to Bold in the building. Outlaw, my bro as well, Jedi. Another bro, Jedi, Outlaw Boxing. Is there anywhere that you want them to find you as well?
No, I Outlaw Boxing on YouTube. That's it. That's our gym's channel. And I might even start doing some other stuff this year with it. I don't know, but I usually just post footage from our gym and that. The brothers and sisters in the gym, you know, grinding, working on their craft. And yeah, even on Instagram. We've got Instagram. It's the same Outlaw Boxing Club with the icon here. This is our in Sydney up for the gym. But yeah.
Thank you very
Glad
much.
I caught you at the end, my sister. Thanks for having me on. Talk to you
You're
soon.
welcome.
Love you, sis.
Love you back. Outlaw Boxing in the booties. The Queen Lisa Bales, thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me. Always an honor and a privilege and a pleasure. You can find me at Twitter, Lisa Bales LB 12345 at Twitter. And yeah. Hopefully we get it, guys. I ain't,
Yeah.
You know.
We're gonna keep an eye on this. We shall see what happens anyway. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, great show as always today.
Thank you. We had fun.
You're welcome, sis.
Love you, sis. In the building.
I love you more, beautiful. I love you more.
AJL Day. Where can they find you as well? Where can they find you? No, you're muted, love. You're muted.
I'm sorry. Well, my bad. Now you can find me on Twitter, AJ Spay all day. That's AJAYSPAY space all day, and you can recognize the Afro Samurai photo in the background. So
that's right. Thank you for joining me, AJ all day.
Always a pleasure. Yeah.
It was fun. I had a lot of fun.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
So, man, what a fun show. I did have fun today. So I'm going to give you my members only. Goodbye, farewell, Avida. All right, let me stop. Anyway, Andrew H. in the building. Oh, yeah, thank you for Ivo for coming into the Uzdanya. Jimmy, he was in the building, weren't you? Thank you for coming, Jimmy. Modern King Boxing in the building. Don Khan in the building. Ben Adams in the building. Stephen T in the building. ERF Boxing in the building. Mark in the building. Slim Boxing Commentary in the building. Mark Niggity Nash in the building. Dub Brightside in the building. Oh yeah, thanks for All Positive Network for attempting to be in the building, but you got to get the all devices and audio sounding properly. But thank you for coming through, for attempting. Dub Brightside in the building. My art to the left, thank you for all those super chats, Arlette. Massively appreciated in the building. I want to thank the Code Breaker. Thank you for the super chats and being a great supporter of the channel in the building. D-Star Boxing in the building. Devil Beats in the building. Jimmy McClenley in the building. Ringside Reporter Live in the building. Lisa Bell's the Queen in the building. AJ All Day in the building. Charlo, I miss you, Charlo. When are you coming back? In the building. Upload type El Primero, ya tú sabes, in the building. Dr. P in the building. Ricky Ricardo, mi hermano, ya tú sabes, otra vez, in the building. King Boxing, oh yeah, thank you, Edward, for coming on. What up, LadyChann? In the building. Pitbull, in the building. Boxing God, in the building. Zara, in the build. Buddhism. Sports Heaven, thank you, King, for joining in the Buddhism. Don Wani in the Buddhism. And last but not least, Ahmed in the Buddhism. Yeah, if you'd like to join the members, we do rock out and we have fun over. We've got to do a members only live, which will be coming this weekend. And also, you know, we put the members only for certain interviews and stuff like that as well. Shouts out, we do have the parts coming out with Steve Cunningham. We've got some more parts coming out with Steve Kim. The members only get those things first and foremost. And yeah, I massively appreciate it. You know, yeah, shouts out to Tyson Fury.
You're just a pumped up middleweight, pumped up middleweight, cruiserweight.
And the lie detector said that was a lie.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
People can get in their feelings when they come here, but you know, we only deal with, we couldn't care less about opinions sometimes. We do like opinions, but you know, don't act like opinions trump facts.
I have opinions just like anyone else. You got opinions. But unlike what you're doing is I bring facts, data, statistics, things you can go look up yourself.
Right, Lieutenant Data, over to you.
Computer, establish a security code for access to all functions previously transferred to bridge.
Enter code.
173467321 Charlie 32 789777 643 Tango 732 Victor 73117888 732 476789764376 lock.
Security code intact for all specified inquiries and orders.
Jimmy gave us a lot of these moments. Like,
what you talking about, mister? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Manny? What you talking about, Dad? What you talking about, Willis?
And lastly, Ray, Wilder coming back, our American heavyweight coming back on the 15th. Is it hard to come back from a KO loss and still be
No,
yourself?
what is hard to come back is you gotta learn how to fucking box before you come back.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Ray. That's right. Knowledge is what? Knowledge is key. So if it gone.
Nobody see nothing because nothing not a one. Lock off your eyes, cause me make you come.
That's right. Them the like we not like them. Right.
Them not like me, so me not like them. Man, I figure set this straight and clarify. Put fire upon a pagan, aim for the cranium. Turn off the news, there's a bag of lies. Worst raised man, wanna inform up on Babylon and every one of them dirty guys. And if they wanna go around the order, I guarantee somebody's dropping flight.
That's right. I am that bitch. Always will be that bitch. I mean, I signed up for it, so you know, we can spar. But you are going to end up being 10-8'd. I am undisputed. I have all the belts. You know. So Jimmy, see you back another day, mate. You know, but you lost this one. You lost this one.
It's hype, you suck at life, you don't want a round three. Worship the queen and your mic to pass. Keep it real, these chicks couldn't wipe my anyway, stylist, go get Ferrari. I am the ultimate Bengali. These chickens can't even spell that. You hoes bugging, repel that.
Yeah, so if you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, please do so at LadyChann, LadyChann. Don't forget 2 N's, otherwise you won't bloody find me. Well, you will, but you know, I'm 2 N's. So yeah, thank you for joining me on the weekly wrap-up Shiggity show. Trying to see who the special guest will be on Wednesday. Stand by and we'll let you know. Please sign up for the membership. Go to my my channel page and click the join button and come over and, you know, come and chill with us. We've got some good things in the pipeline and we're having fun and we're growing quite nicely. So thank you very much. Thank you for the super chats. You will always be appreciated because doing this takes a lot of work. Lights cost money, you know, and I've got many a light on me right now. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you for joining and tuning in to the weekly. I nearly forgot what the show was called. I'm like, is it Combat with Shan? The weekly wrap-up Shiggity show. You lot are amazing. So anyway, I'm gone. Hey girl, it's Leah the Sham Rep none less. Come box with Chan. Chan. Rah. LadyChann. Oh, God, it went to the left a little bit, didn't it? Free smoke, the everything. Chan. LadyChann.
Fight.